Hello and welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden here on... The hell was that?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I love you, Hayden. I love you.
We're functional tonight. Hello and welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden here on Dork Tales. To you too.
We're something tonight.
We're something tonight. So anyway, hey, how's it going? Thank you very much for returning. It was good to take an unexpected week off last week. So hopefully nobody was too discouraged. I tried to post everywhere. I was recovering from some food assassination attempt that failed. Try harder next time, food. I'm still here. Don't try harder. I was actually really awful. So anyway, welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden. I am your Dungeon Master, Callie. You see in him, and I am happy to be here tonight because we are finally getting this show on the road. Because last episode, the characters went to the Isle of Solstice. Hello?
It's the Rock.
It's the Rock, yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Johnson. You sound different in person. Just flexing.
That's the sound his muscles make.
Ooh, that's nice, Kelly. What have you been doing?
It's like, hey, go me.
Right? It's when you surprise yourself where your muscles are coming back during quarantine.
I'm feeling that. I'm like, ooh, hello.
Yeah.
I don't feel any muscles coming back, but I do feel fat getting added on.
Quarantine!
And I'm just like, oh, I'm getting more fat.
I mean, gains.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway, last episode, the cast went to the Isle of Solstice and managed to acquire the Codicil of White, a book that had a number of powerful spells in it, as well as the Rime of the Frostmaiden, which, don't inhale it, Kelly, that's dumb. The Rime of the Frostmaiden, which will allow them to get inside of the Ragged Glacier and find the ancient city that Velen is seeking. On their way out, they were confronted by Auril the Frostmaiden, and after a protracted fight, did a very good job, but in the end fought to a stalemate when Auril left to protect her pet rock, which she uses to cast Icewind Dale into never-ending winter. However, on the way out, they also activated the Summer Star, burning out its core and casting Change Weather on the area, which will have some immediate effects on Icewind Dale that can be undone, but for now, it's a bit warmer, a bit brighter, which we'll be getting into in just a minute before it gets awful again, because this game is supposed to be horror-based, which means nothing can go well. So with that out of the way, any announcements that we have right now, I just wanted to say that it's good to be back, and that if you like watching Wizards of the Coast modules, there is another one starting up on Dork Tales in 1 week from this coming Sunday on May the 23rd? May the 23rd? May the 23rd or 24th? Math. On May the 23rd, there is a new campaign starting up on Dork Tales on Sunday nights, called The Ghosts of Saltmarsh, or Ghosts of Saltmarsh, I suppose, which is ran by our forever player, Amy. I'm in that game as a player for once, and so is Robin, and you should come and watch us. It should be great, and I hope you'll come and watch it. It's Amy's first actual campaign, so, come watch a newbie DM and lend your support to the Dork Tales team. Now, without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to the players right now to do their introductions, to do any shout-outs, and to plug themselves. But also, I need to know, do any of you have any leftover determination? I think you blew it all last session.
I'm pretty sure we blew
to
it
not
all.
die.
Full load.
Yeah,
I think so.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that on...
I was about to say, I was like, damn, okay.
Okay, Robin, we know where your
You know
mind
what?
is at tonight.
If anybody wants to start drawing Rime of the Frostmaiden lewds, now's your time.
Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, because that is one of the things I'm really jealous about with you and Nat 19. I want lewds of my characters, damn it.
Dude, I'm
Dude.
about to commission more lewds because my character got super laid last week
Nice, hear
for
this for you.
last game.
Nice.
All right, getting laid and
I'll just
getting
say I
paid. A
nat
D&D
20'd.
story.
Yeah,
Now
we need
20'd?
kind of
My
like the confusedly innocent, like Cadmus lewds.
Oh, you're talking like the pinups where like a goose is trying to steal his underwear and he's like,
Yeah, kind of. Or he's confused by the situation.
and you know that Catamus rolls thunder when the time is right. He is like
Yeah,
one
but
of the
you
most.
don't notice the hints.
No, he doesn't notice the hint, and he's the most awkward during the flirtation period, maybe even during the foreplay. But when it comes time to just like a thunderclap, but like long and
Alright.
sustained. We'll see.
So, who do you think is more awkward with flirting, Catamus or Xenophara?
Xenophara.
Xenophara, yeah. Yep. To find out what the hell we're talking about, tune in on Wednesday nights for Shards of Nern, where there is drama and maybe some llamas next episode. Actually, now that I said drama.
Llamas.
Llama.
All right. So without further ado, I'm just gonna pass it over. Hi, Christine.
Hello. Hello, I'm Christine, and I am playing Callie Thornhill, our halfling druid.
All
I'm
right.
forgetting what the whole like introduction stuff was. It's been a while.
Usually just like what. Hello, dog.
Oh, yes.
The dogs.
Who you
Oh,
are, what you do,
hi.
Both me and
pronouns.
Callie go by she, her, and I turn into a wolf.
Sorry, my dog's barking.
That was you. That was really talented of you to howl in the
Yeah,
background there.
that was really good voice
It
acting.
sounded
Find it really
really
funny.
You're
good.
learning
You
to
guys
throw your
say
voice.
this,
I'm so impressed.
And I can't hear it.
All right. So, also, you can find Christine at twitch.tv/LadyLiliana. Go and give her a follow because she needs to hit 200 followers because that's cool.
That would be cool. I'm
would be
only, what, 25 off?
Yeah, I know. You've really been kicking ass. If you want to watch some Guild Wars playing,
Like, no, it's all Charlie.
okay, go
all
follow Charlie
Charlie.
because you can hear him out the window right now because he's
Yeah, you
barking
can hear him out
at
the window, but if you come to my stream, you get to see him too.
cyclists.
So I need to get a dog for followers. There we go.
That's true.
That's how
It's
you
true.
do.
Or a hand puppet. That works too. Speaking of followers, I don't know where to go with this one. Hi, Hayden. Speaking of hand puppets, like what? That's where I was
Hand
gonna.
puppets, what's up? Listen, I nailed the hand puppet course when I was in theater, so
I love that
Same.
course. That was so
Dude,
fun.
you know
Okay.
exactly what I'm
Do
talking
you
about.
know how jealous I am
about.
that y'all actually had a school? Because you guys went to school in the boonies, right? Like, how big was your high school?
We sure did.
Yeah.
How many people? It was a pretty small high school,
It was
all things
pretty
considered.
small. Like our grad class was 180 kids. I think.
Oh.
Maybe less.
Really? Okay, mine was like 52. So,
Yeah, 180 is pretty big.
My-
well, not really, because it could be like thousands, right? But
Yeah, I think ours was maybe a couple hundred.
that's bigger than what I had. Because like we didn't have a theater program. Like I was a theater kid through like
That's
all.
how Hayden and I met.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we met during theater, and then especially during Little Shop of Horrors was when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway.
pretty sure my grad class was under 100.
I don't remember.
Mine
ours.
was
well.
mine was under 100.
We had a tiny
I mean, mine was
grad
technically
class.
one because I dropped out of high school. So hey, there we go. And now I have four advanced degrees because I'm an idiot. Hey,
Do it, cause you're so smart and wonderful.
it's because it was something to do.
Kelly, I just complimented you, and there's a rule in this house where when we compliment each other, we say thank you.
Thank
Screw you too.
Uncle Hayden.
Mwah.
Auntie Hayden. Auntie Hayden would be terrifying. It'd be like you, but like no energy and really snarky.
So me.
Anti-Hayden.
Hayden?
Oh, anti-Hayden. I
Yeah,
was like,
anti-Hayden. Like, you know, like
okay,
an anti...
I was like an anti.
You know what?
was
I feel
"Oh,
like it would be like no energy and no snark.
And all
Yeah,
mouth.
because
I was like,
Hayden
there's
is
so
snark.
much. I was like, what are you talking? There's so
Hayden
much
is snark.
That's
They're the
all I
snark
have going for
package.
me.
It's like
I am
the main
so snark package. That's all I am.
You're a
it's like-
snurkling.
Yeah.
I'm a.
Snorkeling. Oy
I'm adding that to the list of things that I have to do.
This is gonna be a game, guys.
What's
Don't worry.
up, everybody? Hi, guys. I'm Hayden Daviau. You might know me from voiceover things, I guess. Anime. I guess I voice anime. I don't know. I'm Priestess and Goblin Slayer. I'm Yasuko Koenji in Hufflepuff Senko-san. I'm Arc Royal and Eldridge in Azure Lane the Animation. And a bunch of other stuff that's coming out that I can't talk about yet, but fucking keep your eyes peeled. Maybe there will be stuff for the next month or so. That's when it's supposed to come out, so we'll fucking see. Woo!
Woo!
Anyways, tonight I'm playing Lysithian Callisto, the Moon Elf Wizard. And I very, very much missed this character. I very much missed doing this accent a lot. I missed painting myself blue, and it's weird taking a week off. Honestly, I really missed this.
Oh, we missed you too.
Rime.
Did you tune in and see?
Much.
Did you see that I was red last week?
I saw you were red. I saw the pictures. I didn't get a chance to tune in though.
My skin was painful for many days after that. I don't know how you do it. We're gonna have to discuss shop talk after this.
Yeah, no, please do. I am just going to be staying up super late because I have to finish my friend Carrie's birthday present, so
nice.
We can talk.
Nice. All right, let's go down to hello, Robin.
Hello, everyone. I am Robin, and I'm playing everyone's favorite down under accent, Vistra Dankil, which I realized that I really fucked up choosing her last name, because it's so hard for me to say her last name with my New Zealand accent. So, but hey, we're almost there, guys. I've fudged this intro for the last 29 weeks. It's great. But yes, I'm playing Vistra Dankil, our Mountains Wolf Barbarian, who is still crazy, but hopefully not for longer.
Nice. And you want to plug yourself?
Oh yeah, I'll plug myself. I'm trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch at Second Gen Gamer, which I will try and be more active this week on it, because I've been it's been a week, man.
All
I'm
right.
gonna be Vistra Dankil.
Not unless she goes and guest stars on Weed and D. In which case, totally. Weed and D. Do it. Be Mr. Dankhill.
I don't know Bam, but you know, Callie, you know Bam.
You know Bam.
Not really.
I mean, like, you're gonna be playing in a game with Bam.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, who's Bam?
Bam from
Art
Art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Mike, you're talking. So hey, Mike.
Hey, I'm also the last one. Woohoo! Hey everybody, my name's Mike. I use they them pronouns, and tonight I am playing our lovely human bard Katerina Firestring, who is still perpetually drunk, which is great for everybody involved.
It's not great for anybody.
It's not great for anybody.
It's not great. It's not funny drunk. It's sad drunk.
It's depresso drunk. It's Nespresso depresso. And when I'm not here, you guys can find me over at twitch.tv/Captain Starbun. I am just redoing my whole schedule now. I'm going on to every second week instead of every week because damn, I'm burned out of everything.
All right.
But I stream Elite Dangerous.
It's true. All right, and last announcements before we begin. I would like to show you that for those of you who are, I don't know if it's just subs, I forget what it is, but we have new emojis down there. Go play with those. So
Between
boom.
tier 2, I think, for Farah.
For Farah.
Nope, you need to spend 4,000 bits.
Oh, right, yes.
Unlock Farah. Release her from her amber prison. But also we have Future Dog there. And also, with everybody has these faces, like all the Twitch, like the Pog champ emotes and things like that. So I decided to make my own. So there we go. And the last thing is that if you like Dork Tales and you like what we do, give us a follow, give us a sub if you have disposable income because it makes us feel great. And go give us a sub on YouTube because that's free and it's nice. All right, last thing is also that we have a new merch store that is open since the last time we have played. So if you like any of our designs, want to wear some Dork Tales pride, we don't really make much money off of this, but it's cool to have people like wearing our clothes.
I was going to say Amy made a...
Oh, did she? Oh, that's
thing,
great.
yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of good stuff. You can even buy like shirts for various Dork Tales people. Like Amy has a shirt, James has a shirt up there. And Christine and Robin and Mike and probably Hayden will get some shirts up there soon too. I'll make some stuff. Maybe snorkeling stuff.
Can I please not have the throw a ham one? Like, can that not be my shirt?
But that's what you're famous for now. So you.
This
need
is
to
true. You
roll
are famous
with
for
it.
throwing
It
ham.
wasn't even my
Accept
typo.
it.
It was other people's typo.
It was my typo.
It was your typo. Throwing a ham.
I don't have to
for
have
me.
like I won't have your name in it, but I will get an emoji of a ham and I will make this happen.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my typo.
That was your typo, but yeah, it's Robin throws a ham.
Robin throws a ham. All right, so hey, without further ado, we will discuss some more fun things during our break. But I think we've got about an hour and a half of some gaming before that is to be occurring. Tonight is going to be a fairly transitory episode as we set up the final act of Rime of the Frostmaiden. So strap in and let's deal with the aftermath of the most dangerous fight that you have encountered, as well as your trip back. Now I'm noticing that I have a something good happens in the chat, so I will put that aside. Thank you, Ultra Rage Beast. Which, actually, I can use that immediately because people were commenting on YouTube about how screwed Vistra is. So that's great. I was working out, like, how do I make this actually not kill Vistra immediately?
What?
So, we'll find out.
What? What?
Don't worry about it.
What?
We'll find out.
What?
All right. What?
Vistra gonna die.
What? What? No.
That's okay.
Yes.
You can always play Valen. She's pretty
I
neat.
can't do Judi Dench like you can, Kelly.
Well, just you're not half the woman I am.
No one Judi Dench is like Judi Dench.
Judy
I literally
Dench
in the
is-
Rime of the Frostmaiden group, people are like, I don't know how to make Velen likable, and I said, just tell them that she's Judi Dench,
And it's immediately
because you're
Yeah.
like, that's the snark that this should sound like in your head. And like a lot of people don't like the idea of like stunt casting, but I'm like, no, like interpret this guy like Keanu Reeves. That's the vibe I'm going for here, even if I don't 100% hit that. And as soon as they pop that lens on, it's like, oh, it's hard not to like this guy because he's Keanu Reeves, even if he's a douche.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's still Keanu.
Yeah, he's just douche Keanu, and douche Keanu is
so-
still better than most
Keanu.
people.
What movie was douche Keanu in? He was in that movie with it was a Netflix movie, but he was a douche in it. He was great. During the break. All right, and without further ado, we're going to hop into game right now. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden. The trip back to Icewind Dale takes several days. Riding on the back of Angajuk, beneath the waves, you see in the distance the Isle of the Isle of Solstice and the fortress of Grimskull descend into the horizon, melt into the waves, and then you're underwater and away. The time passes slowly. You recover your wounds, recover from your wounds. The summer star lays in the middle of the boat on top of the giant whale between you all. Its cogs melted, smoldering, fused together as if welded by tremendous heat. But above you, the trip is different than it was last time. For above you now, you see the barest hint of light as a bit of daylight breaks through the icy water. It's still winter, but for once, the day is bright. And by almost dying, you prevented Oral from casting her spell upon the land for at least one day. And sometimes, one day is all it takes. What are you doing on the way back?
What would we be doing?
Are you just getting constantly drunk on the alchemy jug wine?
I think so. I think Kat's probably just like, yeah, she's pretty cooked, I think.
Pretty cooked? Okay.
Yeah.
probably studying the spells that Valen and I found and just kind of looking those over and checking them.
Sounds good. Valen is going to pull out pull out her spell book, practice, rehearse a new spell, and use it to summon her kobolds and your sleds to the dock. She looks over at you, her fingers shaking, trembling inside of her mittens. They should be here shortly. Well, they should be at Angerjuck's Pier. Are we ready for this?
Ready as we'll ever be, I think.
I mean, after what just happened, I think we're about ready for anything.
Good.
Sure.
That was wild.
Yeah.
There are some things that you need to know then. This is going to be dangerous. The Arcane Brotherhood sent me and 2 others to Icewind Dale to look for this. Zan,
Dangerous. Did you not see what we just came from?
Oral
This
is
gonna
a lesser goddess. I would fear. I'd be careful. Dazan's dead. He was burned to death in East Haven. The other one, I believe, is still out there, and I think she's far more dangerous than Dazan or myself. A tiefling named Avarice. Have any of you had an encounter? She's quite strange looking. She's an albino tiefling.
Ring any bells, Kelly?
Yes, immediately
roll
in
for
the
that?
basement of Caer Konig. Callie had a
Oh, that's right.
run-in with her.
That's right. I remember that.
Oh, that was so long ago.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it's almost like the book should foreshadow that a little freaking better than it does.
Yeah, because I remember she was just like, she was just like, I'm leaving now.
Yeah, because she would have just
Yeah.
killed you all. Because,
And we're like, okay.
but yes,
Oh yeah, we made
What was
it.
her name?
Avarice, which shows she's a nice person, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
nothing at all like
100%.
Avernus.
But also, just avarice means greed. So, if you like, would you like to name yourself? What do you call yourself? Shithead. I'm sure you're gonna grow up to be a really nice person.
Yeah.
No, totally.
Oh. Not bad.
Yeah, we did actually meet her.
Yeah, we met her in a basement.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
I'd heard a rumor that she had fallen in with the Black Knights.
Yeah, that creepy culty place. Yeah.
Caer Konig.
Yes. That's where we saw her. She was in the basement.
I wonder if she survived the Duragar.
Who could say?
Oh, knowing our luck? Ha, probably. We just have the worst luck.
I mean, she seemed relatively reasonable of like, just screw you guys, don't fuck with me and I won't fuck back.
Yeah,
so-
she didn't kill us, so that's
It's
good.
true. Well, though she was more like, I'm walking out of here, and if you like being alive, don't try to
Yeah,
stop
don't
me.
mess
And we're
with me.
like,
Yeah, but we had just destroyed the thing she was using like on top of her, basically.
yeah. But
Most people who are dicks would just take that as an excuse.
true.
No, that would have. It would have disabled one of her tools. It wouldn't have disabled why she was in Icewind Dale. She's here for the same reason I am. We all separated when we arrived in Icewind Dale once we realized we couldn't trust each other. That hasn't changed. However, I am nothing if not a very skilled researcher. Around the time that you were dealing with the Goliaths, I made a venture of my own. A little expedition up to Revel's End, the prison to the north.
Wait, they got a prison up here?
Anybody who wants to can make me a history roll.
I would love to make
I would love to make a
roll.
history roll.
I just want to roll a shiny clicky clack for the first time in like 2 weeks.
I know.
You're getting the withdrawals.
Vistra!
Rolling actual dice. I think that's something that I really missed is like rolling physical dice. That is going to be 19 total.
I
21
got a
for
21.
17.
My
Maybe-
history
may-
is
Actually,
plus
that's
8,
not true. I
bitches.
rolled some the other night because I rolled up my character for candle.
That's true. And what'd you get, Robin?
21.
21. All right, everybody rolled really well. Actually, you'll remember that there was a rumor a while back. Revel's End is a prison that exists in the far north along the Sea of Moving Ice. It's honestly almost closer to get to it than Angajuk's Pier is to Bremen. So it's, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check the map. It is... Yeah, it's equidistant between Angajuk's Bell, the Black Cabin, and Revel's End. They form a triangle together up by the top of the Sea of Moving Ice. It is a incredible... basically, it's a frozen Alcatraz, where some of the most vicious prisoners from Faerun are sent. And all of you will remember hearing this rumor pass around, which I actually did give you in, like, episode 6. Or something like that. You'll hear the sound of an old man's voice saying, "I keep telling everyone the everlasting rhyme isn't the Frostmaiden's doing. It's actually the Arcane Brotherhood, plotting another takeover of the 10 Towns. Wizard who was burned at the stake at East Haven admitted to being one of them, and said that there are other Arcane Brotherhood wizards lurking among us. Valish Gant is behind it all, no doubt. Scoundrel's locked away in Revel's Inn, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Someone should find out what he knows." All of you with the history roll will know that Revel's End is quite a prison. So a little bit of detail about Revel's End. A panopticon, a prison configured in such a way that activities of the prisoners can be closely monitored from a central location. Good job, Foucault. It happened. Sorry, that's a philosophy and history joke there that not everybody would have gotten. Don't look it up. It's very boring to read. Unless you're taking your master's in history, I guarantee. Or philosophy. You can approach Revel's Inn by sea, land, or air, but, hell, story time. This is what it looks like.
Yo, that's so cool.
So that is one of the places you could have gone, but didn't go to. Oh, and here's what it looks like on the
So it's a
inside.
tower?
Yeah, it's a giant, like, star-shaped tower.
Cool.
It's a very freaky outcropping of cliff, too.
I know, it's perfectly placed for bad things. But you know that Valish Gant is there. In fact, you would have specifically heard about Valish Gant. A couple of things about him. So besides that, there are spellcasters convicted of using magic, leaders of Thieves' Guild, assassins, or nobles convicted of conspiracy to murder. Quite a number of prisons there. Valish Gant, though, prisoner 237, is a member of the Arcane Brotherhood who engaged in criminal activity by insinuating himself into the trade network of the 10 Towns. He was jailed a few years ago after his arrival in the 10 Town when he tried to turn the town against Duvessa Shane.
Well, that was
Af-
stupid.
He almost managed to supplant her. He tried to destabilize the economy of the 10 Towns, and a party of adventurers thwarted his criminal ventures by capturing him. Rather than put him to death, the Council of 10 Towns made a deal with a representative of the Lord's Alliance to have him serve a life sentence in Revel's End, as to not incur the Arcane Brotherhood's wrath. Basically, it wasn't worth pissing off the Arcane Brotherhood to kill him, so instead they just gave him life. And he has been there ever since. I went and visited Valish Gant and bribed my way in to be able to meet with him, if shortly. I learned a few things that he doubtlessly wished to keep to himself, but I do have my ways. And his mind isn't quite as sturdy as it used to be after several years in... well, it's not solitary in a panopticon, but you follow my meaning. We are not the first campaign from the Arcane Brotherhood to seek the Netheril. The Netherese cities have been known to us for a while. We are in fact the second. Baelish Gant was a member of the first expedition. The exposition. It's the exposition, guys. Some 3.5 years ago, just before Oral began the never-ending rhyme. Which means that there are some things there that could be potentially dangerous. It means that the way into the glacier may have been open. Well, prior to being frozen. It also means that no one has returned. I suggest that we all settle any affairs that we have, or if you prefer bravado, not settle them and promise to return.
Well, I think there are a few health-related matters that we need to deal with before we jump into some lost city.
Yeah, there's something wrong with a couple of you.
What? No, it's fine.
Vistra, don't be stupid.
That's hard for her, but yes, I get what you mean. We need to deal with whatever is going on with her and whatever is going on with
You're
Callie.
doing weird shit, so let's fix it, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, something happened. Something tweaked in that
Didn't take
in that
much.
test. All right, Lysithian, cool your jets.
I am calm. I'm just stating facts.
I could crush you if I wanted to.
You
But I
probably could, but you won't.
I won't.
But you don't want to.
I don't.
Exactly.
But
Valen,
yes,
Yes.
I could get my head fixed a little bit.
get it screwed on just right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Valen, do you want to go?
And you don't even have to air it to anybody else. Just get me some diamond dust, okay?
We could go back to the
And then I
mine,
can
possibly.
poof, fix you all up.
We could go back to where? The mine?
The mine.
Who knows? There may be some diamonds of smaller variety
Just
in
need about 100
Brinchander.
gold worth. For one. That's just for one. The gods are stingy, okay?
Well, what were you going to ask me, Lysithian?
Well, I was going to ask, do you want to go back to speak to you're Valen, sorry. Baelish
I am.
once more?
No,
Or-
I've managed to pull everything I need from him.
Alright. So, do you think there will be other members of the Arcane Brotherhood heading there again? Or do you think it's just us?
Do we have enough gear? Like, I don't know anything about this icy city, but...
Yeah.
Should we stock
Do-
up?
do we need
with
anything?
whatever we can?
I would bring everything that we need. Rations, torches, weeks worth. It's
Well-
unfortunate that we don't have a bag of holding. That would make life much easier.
I have a bag of tricks, but nothing more.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can eat the things that you pull out of that. I've never
No, they
tried,
just-
though.
I think they just kind of poof.
Yeah, they
die.
can't just poof.
Just-
Well,
The alchemy jug's good though.
the alchemy jug is good. We can survive on mayonnaise if nothing else.
I mean, there's liquor in here right now.
Yeah,
On pure calories, I think the mayonnaise is preferable when you're trapped under a glacier.
Yeah, good
And
point.
oil.
Yeah. We'll get more rations and we'll get whatever we need. So closest town, we buy out their stock.
I know it's probably a slim chance because there's just no supplies being brought in or out, but man, a couple of healing potions would not go amiss if we buy up the rest of the. Find someone that has them if in the closest town.
Brinchander would be the
Grand.
best bet.
Sure.
So
The
to Brin-
Brinchander.
So,
Brinchander.
Brinchander, shop, get moving.
Yeah.
And she
Thanks, I like Brinchander.
And if we can find any sort of health potions of any kind, any alchemist who will brew us some, probably for the best.
I might know a person.
Of course you do. Not even surprised by that, but sure.
We have
I
contacts.
mean, that would be great. I know lots of people, but most of them can't afford health potions.
Well, unfortunately for everyone else, we seem to have come into quite a lot of gold, she says, patting the pile of gold you stole from Oral.
This is true. We should probably
Yeah.
disguise some of it.
Yeah.
Probably. Also split it up between ourselves, most likely.
Also,
Oh, how much is there? There's
Some-
a lot.
did somebody write that down?
I did.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to split it up?
Sure.
In the meanwhile, so she will direct you to the map and show you where she believes that the Ragged Glacier entrance is, which I have switched over the map on Roll20 so that you can see it. You know what? I'll put it on so the chat can see real quick.
Woo.
Also, hello Raid, good to see you there.
Hello, Ray.
Oh, hello, Raid.
Welcome.
Okay. So
We are
looking.
having a rhyme of a time.
So are we dividing it up equally in 5 or in 4?
Wow.
Violin.
I mean, 5 obviously.
Yes, Violin should probably get some. I just want to double check my thoughts there.
She's not doing this for free.
I know.
So let's shrink this down a tiny bit. So just to give you a sense of scale and distance there. I don't know if I can actually fit all of this on the screen at once. Damn.
Did we take all of the copper as well?
Yeah, you piled everything on.
Yeah, we took
Okay,
everything
cool.
here.
Yeah.
Alright, just want to make sure we're
Rob the
getting another
Frost,
shit ton
Rob
of
the
copper.
Frostmaiden.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Cool, I have totals if people are ready. So, we each get 270 gold, 880 silver, and then 1,560 copper pieces.
Ooh,
You
that
want
was
to
a
put
lot.
that in the chat?
Sorry. Yeah, I can put that in chat.
Put it in the chat. All right,
Sorry,
so
that does mean putting my phone down on my desk, so using that as a calculator.
that's fine. Put it down quieter next time.
I will. Sorry.
That's okay. All right, so if everybody looks at the map, you can see the immense scale of how far that people are there. Well, have a great dinner, Lexi. Good to see you. All right. Hello, friends. Just so you know, if you're new to the stream, we don't tend to react directly with the chat except during our breaks, but we occasionally will chat a little bit at you in text, but we're trying to focus down on role-playing, and we appreciate you. And we hope you enjoy the game, because it's getting to the exciting part. We're in the home stretch. By my calculations, depending on weather conditions, and with you using the Summer Star, it should probably take something around a week to reach the glacier.
Alright.
So, I can have my kobolds take care of the dogs. I think that whatever we find inside, we should be able to use sending in order to summon them back.
That should be doable. I'm familiar enough with them that if you cannot call them, I should be able to.
This sounds good.
I'll keep sending prepared.
I mean, I always have it anyways, so.
The more of us who have it, I think, the better, especially
Yeah.
should we get separated.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah, I
think
got
any
more
of us-
magic, so that's all you guys.
So I think if we ever need to split up at all, buddy system.
yeah.
I'll go with you, Lysithian, because, you know, you're a little squishy. I can hit things real hard.
I was going to say maybe you go with a healer. With Callie
Yeah,
or Katerina.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
if we have to split up, seeing as we both have sending, we should probably, you and I should probably be in different groups, Lysithian, so.
I was going to agree with that.
So, you and Callie, Vistra, and I, and whoever Valen wants to go with.
If we need to split up whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But for the most
I
part,
mean-
I think staying in our group.
I figure we can make that decision when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I just wanted to put that on the table, as something that we might have to think about.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose get some rest. This is going to be the last chance that we have to get any.
Sure.
Potentially, until a long one. Oh, quick question. If any of you die, do you want me to recycle?
Lysithian
Guess
will
there's-
think about it. I wouldn't mind. I've lived a
If
very
there's
long,
no
very
option for
strange life.
reincarnation,
Yeah.
resurrection,
Yeah,
Yeah, if there's
that's
no
my
option
thought.
for it.
I would
However,
rather you than Ice Bitch.
Yes.
yes, before the ice bitch can get to us, I don't mind.
I absolutely guarantee that if Oral chases us and tries to resurrect you as a zombie or a skeleton or some other type of undead, I will steal your bones and throw you haphazardly at her in a futile gesture of obstinance. It's as Vistra
Sounds
would want.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I
We're
wouldn't
seeing
mind-
eye to eye now, Valen. We're
I
getting
wouldn't
there.
mind resurrection.
I mean,
Done it once before.
I've already died and been resurrected once. I don't really think I need to do it again.
I don't mind changing one more time.
Yeah, I've never changed shape, so it might be an interesting experience.
Callie, it might be a good idea to prepare reincarnation then. If that is one of your abilities. I believe you're the closest thing we have to an actual master of the living arts here.
Well, we're gonna need to
But
get more
generally,
d- diamonds for
use
that.
that sort of stuff too much.
Katerina, you have patch-up spells. Does that mean that you have resurrections or healings of that variety?
I have a lot of healing, but I don't have resurrection.
Like, I can handle a reincarnate if we have the components.
Maybe
Which
we'll
are
get
worth about
lucky. Who
1,000
knows? Maybe
gold.
something good will happen for once.
We'll see until the Frostmaiden is fully defeated. I don't know how well it will go, but it's worth a try.
True. Mike, do you have 5th level
Yeah.
spells?
I have one 5th level spell.
You could take Raise Dead.
It's true.
You could.
Yeah.
Is it one
I-
known or one slot?
One slot?
Oh, well, how many known do you have? Or do you have a number? You have a number of spells.
Oh
don't you?
yeah, no, oh yeah, no. I have one 5th level. Known.
Okay. It's been a
So,
while
I
since I
mean-
played a bard.
I was gonna take Mass Cure Wounds, but
I mean, Mass Cure Wounds is pretty good too.
Yeah,
I mean
that's
it's
pretty
3d8 plus 5 for six creatures.
That's
True.
pretty good.
But
Which
you
is
also wanted
good.
more firepower, so just putting that out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because
I
you're a pyro in real life, so
Yeah,
True.
like, decide if you want to, like, actually have that as your spell full time. Because don't forget that, like, Callie has access to all her druid spells, and it's a prep per day thing. So I can prep Mass Cure Wounds.
oh, and don't forget that Hold Monster and like Dream.
So if you
are
want
things too.
to take something cooler that's more damage dealing, go for that.
They don't. There aren't as many 5th level damage dealing spells for bards. Mostly, it's things like Planar Binding and Hold Monster, which
Yeah.
Planar
not
Binding
to
is-
spoil anything, but you're going into an ancient magic city. Planar Binding and Hold Monster, not bad options in theory.
I know, I'm
Alright,
going through my 5th levels right now.
I'll look them up. I mean, you know, I can always upcast some of my damage stuff to 5th level. Which, I mean, if I upcast Shadow to 5th level, it's 6d8, which is pretty good.
Not really at your level. Like 68's okay, but 64 is not, which is kind of what it turns into if on a succeeded save.
Yeah, good point.
And a lot of, like, if you think about it, like, you want things that use charisma saves and wisdom saves. Because those are the least powerful, they're the least beefy saves in the game, mechanically. Charisma
Yeah,
is the
good
most
point.
OP save in the game. Because nobody has high charisma, at least most monsters don't. With the exception of, like,
Yeah.
YouTube's gonna give me, like, a list of, like, all of the monsters with high charisma. But like, comparatively, like, anything with a charisma save, like, you can always tell in my homebrew that when I have an effect that I want to hit you, it's a charisma save. Wink. There's a little behind the scene right
Fair.
there.
Yeah, it's just there aren't too many
Do you think we could
damage.
find someone to enchant my ex
What do you
in
mean?
the cities? I know, but I don't want you to have to constantly be using a spell, Lysithian. I'd rather you use it to cast Fireball.
I don't
No, I
think
was going to
there's...
say, like, have someone be able to create, upgrade your axe, for lack of a better term.
That would take a long time. To make a magic item takes months.
Yeah, to make something masterwork like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull out the chart, but it takes quite a while. It's not just basically, bless! Sorry. Well, Vistra wouldn't
It's
know.
fine. I have nothing to contribute for, like, prepping anything. It's like, I got a thing, and if the
You get a whetstone, you just...
Exactly. That's what she's basically doing in the corner. Is just like, but yeah, I was just like, I was curious because if we have money now, so it's like, if I could, because I've basically not useful if the monster is resistant to non-magic effects. Vistra's screwed.
All right. Well, with that, if you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, we should get some rest. No?
No, I'm just going to study up and I'll kind of wave my spell book. Study up and maybe see if I can harden on any spells I want to prepare.
Sounds good. I will as well. And with that, she begins to read. The next couple of days pass in a blur. You move through the undersea parts of the Sea of Moving Ice, floating, well, surging beneath the waves. It's amazing and almost, at sometimes annoying, because for the first time you have a guide to how long you have been awake and existent underneath the waves there, as the little piercing rays of light that work their way between the floating ice flows. Well, for once, you can tell when the day is passing. It's strange not being in limbo. And slowly but surely, you make your way back to Angajuk's pier. Angajuk breaches slowly, pushing you up against the pier side where you can see that his bell lies dormant, jingling very slightly in the wind, but more or less covered by snowmelt. As Angajuk shifts forward, a bit of the ice floe next to the landing dock cracks. It was much sturdier before. Here you are, the whale says to you. I hope you enjoyed the ride.
Oh, it was lovely, thank you.
Yes, thank you. That was great.
Good. I enjoy providing services. And also, you seem nice. Good luck with your brains.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
Oh, that's what
I
you
mean,
meant,
it's
okay.
kind of hard not to if we're sitting on your back.
Right? Well, toodles.
Bye!
He says, and submerges under the waves. Nearby, the kobolds are not here yet. It does take a couple of days to reach, and you did end up here a little bit early. Nearby, you will see that the little shack outside of Angajak's Pier is the only bit of shelter around here. Vistra, I need you to make me a Constitution save, please.
Yep. I figured this was coming.
YouTube has been placing bets on how quickly you'd freeze to death.
Oh, she's wearing coats. She has cold weather gear. She just
Does she?
is wearing. Yes. Also, that's
But
a
does
fucking
she
nat
have
20.
gloves?
Okay. I'm gonna say your teeth are still chattering, but
That's fine. That's fine. But yes, no, Vistra, I stated from the beginning that she has cold weather clothes. She just doesn't really feel it. And she did buy gloves in a town when you guys all were like, Vistra, you need to buy gloves.
oh, that's true. You
She
did when you were
go
trying to psych
buy.
things out. So
Yeah.
nearby, you see that there's a small domed
Plus
cabin that
28
faces the
total
bay.
for con save.
The bloated door is no longer covered in as much ice. Dormant barnacles still hang from it, and the door is slightly ajar on rusted hinges. However, most of the ice on the door has melted. In fact, as you are walking, the ground is a bit slicker here. And overhead, for the first time, you can see the outline of the sun. It's in the distance, and there is some cloud cover in front of it, but you can see a sphere of bright orange in the afternoon sky. Glancing up, Callie, as a druid, you will immediately recognize that it is going on about maybe 4, almost 5 p.m.
It's getting late.
The sun normally sets at 2. Stopping.
Surprisingly light though.
It's a bit chilly, guys. Ooh. Ooh.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but I kind of had Oral's blessing or whatever for the past 2 years, so I've actually haven't really felt Icewind Dale cold. It's kind of
Well,
Oh,
you do
jelly.
then,
Right?
because we felt it.
it's kind of chilly. Oh, we may want to huddle up in that shed for the night. Keep warm.
Oh, suck at that. We'll be fine.
I guess you can cast your hut.
Yeah.
True.
It is a nice
Well-
sun though.
It's nice to see it again. It's been far too long.
Seems like the our little star worked.
We'll see for how long, though.
Yeah,
I'd-
once she goes out tonight, I'm sure with her hit, I'm sure it's
I've-
back up to full.
Well, in the distance, you hear a very welcome sound. The sound of dogs barking. As you turn over one of the rises, you will see 2 sleds, actually, pardon me, 3 sleds, being pulled by none other than your dogs. And some other dogs, too. One, including one zombie dog, actually. Wait, did the zombie dogs? The zombie dogs all died, so these are fresh dogs, then. 3 sleds pull up next to the side of the stone hut. Kobolds behind the reins, mostly dead, 1 or 2 surprisingly alive, are going to turn and motion to you. They're all dressed in cold weather clothing, huddled up in fur-lined hoods against the biting chill. Boss, made it! Ah, Blue one's here. Hello, Blue one of them says. Blue one, red
Hello.
one, other red one, short one. All here.
Yep. We all made it.
We rest dogs now?
I don't see why
Probably.
not.
Have you rested them much today, or have you just been riding straight?
Enough. I know dogs. We know dogs. Dogs good. Dogs very good. Good dogs. And speaking of which, the good dogs are going to start straining against their harnesses, barking their fool heads off at you.
I will go over and Give them scratch.
I'll say Vistra will take 10 minutes to cast Speak with Animals to then talk to the
Sounds
dogs.
Callie's
good.
just gonna fling herself forward, just like, my babies.
Remy, Scout, and Bentley are all like immediately on top of you, rushing into you. Bentley with the Benir. I believe Scout was the one with the eye patch. And I forget what the deal with Remy. Oh, Remy's silvery. That's right.
Callie is going to institute a dog pile.
The dogs are going to join the pile and hop around, like barking and just enjoying your presence, covering your face with slobbery cold kisses. And
Good doggies.
We want to rest here or make our way into the town as far as we can.
honestly, the weather's surprisingly good. There won't be a blizzard tonight, Velen says, looking up at the sky.
Well, let the dogs rest for a while and get moving after that. If we want to stay somewhere warmer, I'm happy to cast the hut.
Are we heading... We'll have to go to Bremen to go to Brynshandler. Bremen is about... How long did it take you to get out here?
From Bremen? Morning. First light.
What time was first light? Hold on, big kobold brain time. Holy shit!
Farmer's Almanac said 6:29.
I got a nat 20 on the kobold brain roll.
Nice. Good job.
However, there was slight delay, so carry 1, 7, around 7.
You managed to make it from Bremen in just 9 hours.
Eh.
I'm very interested in that. Seems like we're actually getting some luck for a change. The 9 hours now would put us just before Oral would be ready to set flight again, since she does it at the midnight hour. I would prefer to be inside of the gates when she takes flight, or at least inside of a house.
Yeah, she's not gonna be
Yeah.
too thrilled
That's fair.
tonight. Yeah, I said let's push it.
How did the dogs look?
Healthy, hardy, a little tired, but generally pretty... The conditions were light enough that if you give them another, like about an hour rest, they can push through.
Yeah, what do you say we take an hour or so and then get back on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Red Lady's drunk.
Red Lady is very, very drunk.
The other red lady, thankfully.
For once, yes.
Oh,
For once, yeah.
other Red Lady not drunk.
Other red lady crazy.
The kobolds nod sagely at this turn of advice. yes, very much, very good, very good,
Very good.
Very good, very
Yes.
good, sir.
By the way, Hayden, you need to watch that episode of Candlekeep coming up because I'm literally playing Ian McKellen.
Oh my god.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so white. Just as if Gandalf the White. Anyway,
Red Lady
I
has
will-
issues.
Yeah, both. During the 10 minutes, I will spend technically 11 minutes because it's like an action, but whatever.
it's
I will
fine.
cast whatever. I will cast the hut so then we have some place for him to curl up,
Okay.
and then spend a little bit over an hour and just hang out, maybe have some food.
Sounds good. You break into some rations, which are mostly dried fish jerky, other things like dried everything, to be honest. They're rations. It's a lot of raisins that are starting to go stale that were brought up and shipped up from the warmer climates. Hardtack, jerkies, mostly fish, which Lysithian means a lot of imported nuts and things for you. Breads primarily. And unfortunately, because the alchemy jug has been used for wine, there's no mayonnaise or butter. This thing can't shoot butter. Because butter's great. All right.
Yeah, I'm curious how it shoots it out of the jug. But,
It's just like you just like push a pump. Like it's just like one of those dispensers at like the movie theater. You could just be like, you'd be like, hey, this isn't butter. This is butter flavored topping. Damn it, they're ripping us off. There's like a little sign that says, please add 79 cents for real butter.
Yeah.
Damn, this is what we get for getting the jug at a dollar store instead of, you know, a proper cooking store.
Cooking show.
Cooking show.
And now I'm thinking of Aberrant, but let's get back to game.
Oh, yes.
And guys, this pandemic's been going on. I miss the movie theater. I miss popcorn.
So do I. I want popcorn.
Whose church is the movie theater? Hi. I miss that place. I miss it. All right.
We do have popcorn in the cupboard.
Yeah, but it's not real popcorn.
Not like the bag that has no right to hold that much popcorn.
Yeah, but this is popcorn in your own house that you can drench in butter till it's soggy.
Oh, that's the best.
But movie theater popcorn has those horrible liquid butter dispensers that you can just drench.
Yeah, they
They're
have
so
their
bad
alchemy
for
jugs
you.
there that you just go.
Yeah, they have the alchemy jugs.
Which would
And
be
it's just
awful if
like,
someone
oh.
accidentally put that on mayonnaise. You're like, oh no!
Admittedly, I prefer the real, unclarified butter.
Oh god, give me the fake butter any day. I love that
Dude,
stuff.
I love real unclarified butter. But if I'm at a movie theater,
Yeah.
drench that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when you ask her, like, hey, can you like put a little popcorn, little butter,
This
little
one
popcorn, little
doesn't
butter? I will be
taste.
that bitch.
Hayden, I saw somebody who I saw a genius, I think it was a kid, do this. Might have been like a teenager. The person was quite hefty, so they definitely have been using this technique for a while. What they would do is they'd grab a straw, they'd punch it into their popcorn,
I've
and they'd
seen
use
that.
it to
I've seen
inject
that.
it to
Yep.
other layers.
Yeah,
That's
It
what I
blew
do.
my
I
mind.
do that. I do
That's
that
so
now. I saw that.
That's what I do
find
with
the
my
liquid
popcorn.
stuff at the cinema just kind of tasteless.
It
doesn't
depends. It depends
Have
on
the
what.
butter taste.
It depends what time of day you go, because a lot of movie theaters will recycle popcorn. They do a
No,
50-50
not the
mix.
popcorn, but the liquid stuff.
Oh
It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah, yeah.
taste like butter.
It does if you
Oh.
add salt.
Yeah, but you
and
add way
the-
too much salt.
And
I
it's
do.
the
I'm
texture
My
American.
mouth
as
burns
well.
after eating any of your
I
popcorn.
like adding Parmesan cheese.
Yes. Yes.
And some
Whereas
truffle
Kelly
oil,
hates
obviously.
it, so I know how to
Oh,
keep my
truffle.
popcorn
I
safe.
like the taste of Parmesan. I can't stand the smell of Parmesan. That's the problem.
Yes,
It's-
because it is the exact same aroma compounds that are in vomit.
Yep, and thank you for pointing because that's what I smell, and that's
Yeah.
why whenever
Yeah,
Christine
it's
like,
Smells like just pure
it's
deliciousness.
the exact same aroma compounds
so
as
good
vomit.
to me.
It smells so
I have a
freaking
very
good. I love
sensitive
Parmesan.
nose, so
Like
I put it in, like,
bomb.
all my
I
food.
love
Me too.
Parm.
I hate the
I
smell
buy
of
like the
Parmesan, but love it.
$20 bag of like
you know what?
brown-
That's probably why I like the crumbly
Shredded
like
Parmesan.
the crumbly crap Parmesan or Kraft
Yeah.
Parmesan because
That's
it
what
doesn't.
I buy.
Well, because it doesn't have as much of an aroma as the shredded or the
Yeah.
flakes, right?
Yeah.
I
I buy
like
the shredded
actual
stuff. It's so
grating
good.
Parmesan cheese if I'm like in a.
I put it in the freezer and it lasts forever. It's great.
Ooh, you smart bitch! Hell yeah!
We
Get
have
it from the
gone
wholesale store,
totally
20
off
bucks for
the
a
rails.
kilogram.
Welcome to Rime of the Popcorn.
Rime of the Pop Maiden.
Rime of the Pop Maiden.
All
Pop, pop,
right.
pop,
That's
pop,
what
pop,
this
pop.
episode needs to be called. Rename it. Rime of the
All
Pop
right, hold
Maiden.
on,
Anyway,
I'll
back
just-
to game.
Just hold on. There, I changed it. No, I didn't.
Great,
Thanks,
now I
man.
really want popcorn, folks.
I don't
You're
know. I'm gonna
welcome.
get popcorn after this.
Sounds good. All right. And with that, you rest up. You head across the Rime of the Cheese Maiden. There you go. Patsy won. Patsy won it right there. Rime of the Cheese Maiden.
How many cheese wheels will you find in this dungeon? How many?
Can I get paid in cheese?
I would pay you in cheese.
I would accept payment in cheese.
Yeah, I would accept payment of just aged cheddar.
Both like literally the dredge popcorn multiple layers.
Rind of the cheese man.
Yeah, and it's sorry. Okay, anyway, we should focus on game. We'll come
Anyway,
back. I like that the chat's really happy we're having this conversation about popcorn and what we love instead of role playing. But we should probably role play until our break, and then we'll talk about cheese for like
And then
2
we'll talk
hours.
about
Cheese and
cheese.
popcorn.
Welcome
I am
to our
excited
Have cheese then.
for CheeseCon.
CheeseCon.
CheeseCon at break.
Okay, hold on. Let's go on. I'm gonna make a T-shirt of that too.
Yeah, break is CheeseCon.
CheeseCon. CheeseCon is a panel at DorkX 2021. Okay.
Agreed.
By the way, you can buy Dork shirts now. I had those made, so that was fun.
On Teespring?
Yeah,
Or-
on TeePublic. Yeah. We got all sorts. You should go check it out because now Amy has the. I made a shirt for Amy that's I could be your ghoul friend.
I saw that one. That's
Hey,
so
hey,
fun.
you! I could be
I
your
could be
ghoul
your ghoul-
friend. So good. It's so
Honestly,
good.
Mike, I think what you need to do is commission somebody to draw you like a little bun sitting up with stars going out from behind.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
a little
I need
captain's hat
to.
with the wig, the ears coming around it. Like maybe one
Cute.
floppy ear.
Or
Yeah.
riding a star. Riding a star. That's like that would be kind of good
Well,
too.
I know Hayla's has been doing more animal stuff lately, so I might see if she's interested now.
I have them booked for a certain NPC
Of course you do.
before you, so let me know. They were excited. I sent them the proofs. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. All right. You managed to rest up. Recovering your spell slots, doing... What were you doing? You were... Sorry, I was thinking about cheese, and... Okay. Oh, so,
We're resting the dogs for an hour and then going to Bremen.
all right.
Yes, that's what we were doing.
Wow, I actually rolled, like, super low on this, so you actually don't have a random encounter, which is my favorite. The way back to Bremen is actually uneventful. You make it back late into the night, and will find yourselves inside of the walls. I have to flip all the way back to the beginning of the book, guys, because Bremen is like... Look at my book. Look at this thing.
My gods.
So flipping...
So many tabs.
So many tabs. It's just like my Chrome windows. You make your way back to Bremen, and before long you'll see the tiny little hamlet in front of you, beneath actual moonlight. There's actual moonlight here. Mind you that the moon is, at this point, barely a half moon hanging above you. But it's there, punching through the clouds, the actual light shining down on you. You make it inside of the wall. Pardon me. You make it inside of the border of the town. And soon will find yourself at Buried Treasures. The door is locked in front of you. And, also, it's good to see you, Arthard. Glad you're working on your project for the studio, bud. Happy that you're going to be in a game sometime with us soon, hopefully. Let me just wait for the seagull to pass. Birds have been really annoying on my stream recently. They've been like constant, just chirp, 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 chirp. I'm like, it is a world of darkness. Chirp, 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 chirp. God damn it, bird. You make your way over to the front door of Buried Treasures. You knock. It's a little past midnight, and a few minutes later, you'll see a lantern illuminate the window, and the front door will click and open, pulling taut on a chain. A very bleary Cora looks at you. Now remember, Cora Mulfoon is a fairly attractive middle-aged woman. Dark hair. I would say that she kind of looks like the ant from Big Hero 6. You feel me? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That booty.
That Pixar mom booty is what
Pixar
that
mom
is.
booty.
That's what
Yep.
she got. That's what she got. She can shut doors with it and open doors with it. Hello? Oh, hi, it's you. Just 1 second. Shuts the door, unclicks it, and opens it back up for you. I'm sorry. It was a really busy night tonight. A lot of people came out. How can I help you? Let me guess, a room?
Yeah, if you don't
Careful
mind.
if you've got it.
Absolutely.
Multiple rooms.
Let me see
yes,
what I
please.
can spare 2 for you. We're actually busy for a change.
That's really wonderful.
That's great.
I'm assuming the change in weather is doing wonders for your business.
Let's just say that enough people wanted to come out and sample what little bit of alcohol we had left and enjoy themselves.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully things can open up soon.
I mean, Five Tavern Center was quite raucous, and a lot of people stumbled their way over here tonight. 2 rooms I have, I've got 2 rooms with 2 beds. So I'm sorry that it looks like someone will have to double up.
Doesn't bother
Callie,
me.
you and I are kind of the smallest. We can probably share a bed.
If that's all right. I already got you in the book right here, but why don't we say, let's see. If it's not too much trouble, could I ask for you two gold and some silver?
Sure. Let's say 1 gold, 4 silver.
That's
I'll
more
just
than
pay for it.
adequate. Thank you.
I'll just pay for it.
Sounds good. Yep, that's pretty good actually. It's basically about 40% off what she would normally charge this time of year. And she'll happily accept your funds, and soon you will be upstairs inside of one of the actually, given that it's Icewind Dale, you'll be downstairs because I'm assuming that a lot of things are actually built into the ground to preserve geoheat.
Probably.
Because then it less cold air. Down in one of the lower rooms. The hallways are a bit dirtier than you're used to. Freshly dirty though, like someone stumbled through. Not that there's any sick on the wall or anything like that, but there is some signs that some spilled alcohol, a bottle in front of your door that you'll have to kick to the side. And before long, you'll be able to split up into your individual rooms. Velen will rightly collapse on her bed, just slamming into its frame. The cheap, well, not so much cheap, but definitely well-loved mattress is going to sag underneath her fairly insubstantial weight. Oh, gods. Never get old. I don't know why I agreed to come up here. Oh yes, the magic, the excitement, the adventure.
Pat is also just going to like fall face first on her bed and just start snoring.
All right. Is anybody doing anything else or just resting up throughout the night?
No, just going to sleep.
All
Vistra's
right.
gonna go see if Cora needs any help with any cleaning up or anything before she goes to sleep. She's
Or
actually feeling...
trance, technically.
All right, sounds good. So looking throughout, yeah, it actually does look like Cora tried to go to bed, but as she goes to check in on you and make sure that you have enough blankets and supplies, she looks around the hallway and... Well, I guess I'll be staying up for a little while.
Hey,
Here...
you need a hand?
I couldn't possibly. Thank you, though.
I can help if you need.
Only if you're sure. Sure. I'm a little short-handed right now. Harwar's back in Brinchander right now, and well, it's just me.
Yeah.
You know, when you're done with adventuring, Vistra, if you wanted to get a job, I'd be happy to hire you. I couldn't pay you adventuring wages, but, I mean, nothing like hospitality to sate that urge.
Yeah, I think I'd like to get back to brewing, to be honest.
I
That's
would
what my...
be... Well, why don't you move out here?
I guess I could. My place pretty sure got burned down in Easthaven, so I'd be starting from scratch, so...
Well, I mean... It would be, it'd be a good start on this coast. Besides, once you finally solve the problems, you'll be closer to the Sea of Moving Ice. You can actually start trading in and out again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely trading out. I don't feel like... We'll see if I feel like getting on a boat. Still working
not a fan?
on it. Nah, but I've had some experiences on a boat.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's your call.
But yeah, I definitely would like to once this all goes away, we can definitely talk. Yeah, point me to your broom or mop or something.
I have just the thing for you. And you'll spend about a half hour to an hour cleaning with her, just making small talk. Is there anything that you want to talk about in particular? Anything that you're going for with this, or just trying to be helpful?
Just trying to be helpful. And I guess she's probably asking a bit about how Huawei's doing, because she kind of feels bad for how she was sus of him at the fortress. Cause
Sure, make me a persuasion roll.
Oh boy, Vistra. Persuasion. All right. You gotta be. You've missed Vistra dice. You've missed her. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Nice. All right, I rolled my insight, and I'm gonna roll this dice for the rest of my life if it keeps rolling like this. Oh. I think he's doing well. He's been in and out a lot. To be honest, I think he might have gotten a bit of a taste for adventure. I'm hoping that he doesn't go too far with it. I'd hate for something to happen to him, but it's good seeing him this lively.
It's good.
I think that, I don't know. Ever since he encountered you all, something just seems a lot more, I don't know, alive about him.
Well, it's nice to know that even though it's me as part of a group, it's kind of nice to know I've had a positive effect on someone.
If I wasn't, if I didn't know better, I'd say that you, might fancy him.
How old is your boy?
I mean, 19?
Oh boy, that's I don't know. I'm a dwarf, so I'm like 150. Like, he's a good boy and all,
But that's young for it's young for a dwarf, isn't it?
somewhat. We'll see. I don't know if I'm flattered, but I don't know if he would. I kind of really pissed him off at the fortress. I was real kind of a dick to him.
He, fair. I could sense there was some type of tension. He does seem to glower a bit when your name's mentioned.
Now that's what I'm used to.
Well, still, whatever you've done, he's looking healthier. I just hope that you don't start a fire inside of him that's going to get him hurt.
I cannot be held responsible for the action of people after they've met me. I just have that effect on people. But I can watch him if you need.
And I'm sorry, you said something a minute ago. You bothered him. You said something hurtful to him, or that got his goat, or something like that. You said this a second ago. Sorry, I'm really tired. It must have just slipped right by me. But you said that you had an argument or something.
Yeah.
Where was that?
And in one of the towns.
I don't think that's what you said. Where did you have your fight, Vistra?
Nowhere. It was great seeing you, Cora. I think I better. Oh man, I'm really tired. I must be just hallucinating and saying random things. I
Vistra.
have lost my mind a little bit.
Vistra,
Yes.
where did you take my son?
Now, I took him nowhere. I was actually adamant that he didn't come with us. I was the one strictly saying the boy should not.
Where did you
join
take my
us.
son, Vistra?
Nowhere.
Vistra, where did you take my son?
Nowhere.
Where did you take my son?
You took him to the Duragar fortress?
Yeah, maybe. He lived. He's fine.
What is wrong
He wasn't
with you?
hurt. I was the one that didn't want him to come.
He's only 19!
I know. That's what I said. That's what I said to my whole pipe. They're like, no, let the boy come. He'll just follow us or sneak and get himself hurt. I said no. I was looking out for your boy. I kept a good eye on him. Make sure he didn't get hurt. I was the one that said no. What, my armor class?
Yeah, no, not your armor class. She's not.
Okay.
But she's gonna kind of give you that like. Whoosh.
Oh, if you want to make an intimidation roll against Vistra, go for it.
All right, I will. All right. Use the blue dice. Go, Cora. Nah. You know what? I'll use
she's
advanced.
taller than Vistra.
I'll use it.
'cause
Okay,
she's
that's a
taller.
20. That's a 22. Lightning arcs from her eyes.
Vistra's like, oh, she's gonna like crazy laugh a little bit because she's getting like, I'm really sorry. He's alive. I said no.
Did you say that you're sorry my son is alive?
No. I said I'm sorry, but he is alive, so it's all good. Blame everyone else. I was the one that said he shouldn't come.
And now the fool has adventuring in his blood, and it's all your.
I'm stunned.
Vistra,
Yes.
you're more sober than I've ever seen you.
Yes. I am.
I need you to promise me something.
Yes.
If you ever end up going on an adventure with my son again,
Yes.
keep him safe. Make sure he comes home to me.
Always.
Promise.
I
Promise to a mother is more
Honestly, what?
lasting than a promise to the gods.
I know. I would now like to make that promise once I got the crazy out of my head. I'll come back and make that promise to you. Sorry, there's a free
I'll take it
flying
right
closet
now,
from
because if
this.
I have to wait for the crazy to get out of your head, I'll have wrinkles and grandchildren.
You know what? Fair. Fine. I promise. If I ever take a son out adventuring again, I will watch him and keep him safe. That he comes home to.
Promise me.
Promise. I promise. I promise.
Do you want a drink? I've got some water and a little bit of it used to be lemonade.
I'm concerned by the used to be lemonade parts.
It's a little musty. The crystallized lemon is kind of well, I mean, it's been 2 years. It's it is what it is.
Sure.
I might have one sec.
To be fair, he did sneak out.
He's a 19-year-old boy, Vistra. That's what they do. They sneak out, they lie, they get in stupid fights.
Yes. But I watched him. That's
You're
why he's so mad at
150
me.
years old. You should be more responsible.
As you said, I'm young for a dwarf.
it's
That's why he got upset with me. I really didn't want him to come.
well, I appreciate you trying to save my son's life, okay?
And
I'm trying to have good humor
would
about
give my
this.
life to save his, honestly. I'd give my life to save
Good. I'll
more
hold you to
people.
that.
Put it here.
Okay? Tell you what, it's a little old, but I'm pretty sure that I have a lone bottle of sarsaparilla that came up with an order from Baldur's Gate a couple of years ago. Probably is a little old, but should be sugary and sweet, and it's non-alcoholic, which is, I have a feeling, what you're going for these days.
Yeah, at least until I've had a bit of space, and worked myself. I am a dwarf after all, so I don't think I can quite give it up entirely, but at least for a little bit I'm gonna go cold turkey.
Everything in moderation, she says, reaching behind the bar and dusting off an old bottle. Especially moderation. And she'll crack it open and split it between you. Cheers.
Cheers.
It is a flavor, to be sure.
I mean, it's a good thing I'm a dwarf, because, man, whew, I feel like that would not do well with most common folk.
It's better the second time around.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, it's getting there. He's getting there.
You look tired. Get some rest. I know I'm tired. Speaking of which, I did want to ask if you know any you ever come across any strapping, handsome, settle downy types on your adventures, have you? Particularly, I prefer men, but at this point, I'm not picky.
It does get quite lonely up here in Icewind Dale.
Honestly, so long as she had a little bit to keep me warm, I think I could probably deal. But if you run into anyone who you travel around a lot more than me, and let me just be frank, I've been a widow in Bremen for the past decade.
Yeah. How do you feel about Dragon Balls?
I guess it would. I hadn't.
I know a really nice guy. He also has a slight drinking problem, but
Well, I mean,
he's a really good guy. He literally died for us. We had to bring him back.
I honestly I hadn't. I mean, who
He's
thinks?
pretty cute. I'd hit that, but I think you two. Would
Oh,
make a
hit.
cuter couple.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Is that a dwarven term you're not as used to?
I think it's it's a little antiquated. Sure.
He's also gone off the sauce since we resurrected him a little bit. You think it kind of shocked him, so
Sure.
could
If
be
he
some
if he ever
healing,
wants
comforting, you know.
if he ever wants to come out and say hi, he.
Yes, he.
I mean,
Trovis.
nice strong name. Sure. Float my name by if you run into him.
Will do, Cora.
Maybe tell him that I owe you and your friends a discounted room or something to. I don't know.
I will think of something graceful, or I'll
Please-
get the
please
bard to think of something graceful. Because
please, Katerina's good at lying.
Yes, Katerina's very good at it, so she can come up with how to say it nicely. Because I'm pretty sure I would just say, "Yo, I have someone."
I need you to make me a second promise.
Yes.
I know that Katerina prefers women. Please ensure that if you ever go adventuring with my son, it stays that way. He's a very handsome boy, and you never know when he might be able to lure someone off their path.
Okay.
I don't.
But yeah, you won't hit. You're asking about me. Katerina's not okay, but I am.
I mean, you'd probably break his bones, but not his heart. Vistra,
That's true.
You're nuts,
That's
but you're a
true.
marrying type. Besides, I was mostly kidding. I mean, you're a.
Has she met Callie?
She
Yeah,
knows that
Callie's
Callie will break hearts even faster than. I feel like Kat is like that crazy ex-girlfriend that you get hung up on for like a couple of months afterwards, and you go into a depression spiral, and then you come out and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? Whereas Callie's like that
was
high school
I?
girlfriend you keep checking on Facebook like once a year when you're really exhausted or depressed, and you're like. You're listening,
Yeah,
you're listening to that Evanescence song that you used to.
Yeah, Cat's the one that will keep stringing the person along and leading them on, and then just ghosting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Callie's the long-term heartbreak.
Yeah.
Callie's the one you should have settled down with but didn't heartbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah, Callie's the one you should have settled down with if she was a settling down sort.
She will be
Yeah,
someday.
my party's really kind of out and about. Yeah, we're just heartbreakers.
Especially
Me less
Lysithian.
so. Yeah, well, they just don't.
I'll just break your spine.
Exactly.
But you can aim a firebolt at the heart.
The heart.
Press triangle to
You can't
all-out
have
attack.
me.
Yes,
Oh.
I will make sure that Katerina stays away from your son.
God, Lysithian, I just have constantly, since Lysithian now has a physical form, right, that is non-mutable, that joke, like that meme has been going through my head of like, are you a boy or a girl? I am Lysithian. Well, what's in your pants? Magic! No, really, a fireball!
Boo! Dude, if anyone ever is just like, it was a baby, I'm like, Pyaw!
Right? I just keep thinking like, magic! And like glitter. Like Lysithian just kind of like crosses their legs and glitter just fires into the air.
Just minor illusion, just like glitter bomb.
God, I want to run another homebrew campaign now just for that character.
Dude, gimme.
Give you
me
another-
a
give you-
one-shot for me to just play a fucking gender-neutral magic user who just is only glitter in their pants. Gimme.
Glitter-based magic.
I was gonna say like a
Glitter-based
glitter,
magic. All of their magic
glitter mental,
is
glitter
glitter.
mental.
A glitter mental. Oh, you can be a glitter genasi.
Yep.
Can I be a glitter genasi?
Just
And
fabulous.
you know, like, you can tell their path of who they slept with because they'll always find like a little bit of glitter.
glitter.
They can't
'Cause you
get
can't
So
rid
it's
of.
Get rid
so
of
it's
it.
both
Alright.
it's
Can't
craft
get rid
and literal herpes.
Yes.
If you do this, you must paint yourself with glitter, though.
Yeah.
You think I won't? Do you have any idea how much glittery makeup I have? I just got new fucking glitter eyeshadow.
I just bought so
Hell
much
yeah.
eyeshadow
You have to
today
get the
paint
pressed
my
glitter
beard
from
with.
like ColourPop, like that glitter gel stuff that they have, and just smear it all over.
I would so do that.
You will
Well,
be
well-
finding glitter for
Don't tempt
years
me,
after this
Frodo.
game.
I mean, I will run an episode of like Dungeons and Drag Queens during Extra Life if everybody wants to do that.
Please. Please.
I think you'd
Dude.
be last on the list. We have a lot of drag performers
know,
in our
I
cast.
know.
Like a lot of
I just
the
want to watch it. I just want to
Oh,
watch it. I
okay.
want to be in it. I want to watch it.
Like,
subset
I'm
of.
not drag for. I just want that. I just want
I
to be
mean,
a
I'm
glitter
willing to find like one
genasi
of those
who
glitter
causes
wigs and like
trouble.
just paint my face with glitter, but that's about it. I can't do the crazy makeup. I'm just not.
No,
No.
I just want to be.
Got no
RuPaul's
talent
Dragon
there.
Race.
Anyways,
I'll do anything for Extra Life. We got some great things.
dude, fucking right.
Someone wants me to run a Smurf game.
I could play a diamond like dragonborn or something.
I wasn't
Ooh,
gonna
you
do it.
And do, like,
could.
Glittered scales.
A Blingenborn.
It's really easy with a fishnet. It's super easy to
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I
Alright,
have
so-
I actually have a plastic.
Anyway, so
Anyway, so you have some fun with Cora, and you head to sleep that night. The morning, you gather up your things, and you manage to just have a relaxing morning. You eat the food. You mingle a little bit. Is there anything you want to talk about in particular, or are you headed to Bryn Shander?
going right to Bryn Shander, in my opinion.
All right. So you head to Bryn Shander, and as you make it there, it's actually really quick. In fact, the snow hasn't fallen again. Sun rises at 8 a.m. Solid sun. And as you make it there, it's actually very lovely trip. Kind of like it was just when the rime was starting to really set in. Like you haven't seen in years. The trip takes an hour? 2 at most. Your dogs are happy. And once you get there, Velen leads you to a side alleyway near one of the inns. I know someone back here. They are, a bit eccentric, but they should be able to help us out. At least with a couple of things. You have
Anything in particular that we shouldn't do? Or, like, if eccentric is that, like...
Just don't try to pick a fight.
Okay, I won't talk a lot.
This might be for the best. If you want, we can... After this, we should go to the House of the Morning Lord and see if you can get... Or would you rather go there first?
Maybe that should be our first stop. See if we can fix up our 2 redheads.
Sounds good. You head to the House of the Morning Lord, and it's a fairly relaxing, easy experience. I'm spending this something good happens real quick, and for the low price of 100 gold pieces per brain, the cleric actually she does have on hand the small diamonds to help you. And we'll be happy to cast a greater restoration on you. Do you have the cash and are we going to pay up?
Yeah.
Cat'll pay up. She's
I might
tired of
give
being
100.
drunk
I might
permanently.
give... No, wait, it's 100 gold, yeah.
100 gold.
100 gold.
Because it's 100 gold worth of supplies, right?
Yeah.
100 gold worth of diamond dust.
Which
For
actually
greater
is
restoration.
for greater restoration. And that's what you need to get rid of this, right?
Madness, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we determined before.
That's what we've determined, yeah.
Lesser just does poison, paralyzing disease, I think.
So, Michonne is happy to cast this for you. Anything to help. I also have been working on some things in the back room as well, that if for a donation I'd be happy to provide you.
Like what?
Well, given as often as you've been hurt recently, I have been looking into brewing some curatives.
How many and how much?
Let's take a look. I'm going to roll a d20 and see. By the way, chat, if you would like them to have more healing potions for the final chapter, this is where you should spend these. Something good happens. Each one will allow one more potion. Okay, and... whoosh. Okay, so half. Alright.
Oh, Trizelta brought...
All right.
Yay!
Right now, I have a drama bomb. That's not... that's something else.
One of the potions is actually
actually a bomb.
One of these potions is poison!
But it'll heal you, and then poison you, and then heal you, and then poison you.
And then make you explode.
All right, so Frog, we can refund that in a bit. So I should have said that before I spent that determination. Nah. I'm sorry that you're upset how you spent your free points. I literally came up with this on the fly. All right. Right now I have 4. I have... Okay. I have 2 minors and a major. And one that's kind of in between. I'm not sure it's quite ready brewing, but give it a try. For the small ones, I think a donation of 100 gold would be sufficient.
And for the major healing potion?
In the in-between?
Let me take a look at it. It's been curing for a while, or stabilizing. Sorry, I just saw Robin's eye twitch when I said curing.
Oh, no, I was just pressing down my eyelashes falling
I was
off,
making
so.
a joke. I didn't realize you actually did Twitch. Aside from at twitch.tv, 2nd Gen Gamer. Okay. Sorry. Everybody's in a mood tonight. It's great.
What?
Nothing. So for those, a donation of about 300 gold each would be sufficient. If that works for you. I can make you a deal on all of them. That'd be 100, 200, 500. Why don't we say 600 for the lot?
Sure. I think
Sure.
between all of us, we can manage that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, so you will have two. You will have 2 potions of healing, 2 potions of, is it greater healing? Yeah, greater healing. Pardon me, 1 potion of greater healing. And let me just check one thing real quick. No, that sucks. I'm not going to give you that. I am going to roll a d20 and decide which, we're going to gamble on this. Is it a... Oh, Nacro can't buy something good happen. Probably because I have it maxed out. Nacro, buy something equivalent, and I'll allow it. All right. That is 2 greater potions.
Ooh.
And it was 600 for the lot?
600 for the
Yes.
lot. I'm using the sane magic item price list.
Okay, so it's 150.
Each.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Getting rid of a lot of this extra cash that I have that.
Yeah, I
between
mean, you
my
might as well.
head-
There's no other place to spend the gold.
Well,
so.
yeah, between my
Yeah.
head and this, I'll get rid of.
Do any of you mind if I take one of the greater healing potions?
I was gonna suggest that actually.
Yeah. I don't mean to be stingy, but
Well, I was thinking Callie and I are both healers, so why don't
Yeah, I was kind of
Why
wondering. I'm
I
usually
take one of the low,
in
smaller
the
ones?
front, getting a lot of soaking up a lot of the hits, so I would not mind a greater one for myself. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, and take a smaller one, of course.
All right. You are both healed. Michonne places her hands upon you and calls down the blessing of the Morning Lord, which comes easily and washes away all of the sins of the mind. Suddenly, you feel better again. I'm going to say Vistra still has some
The
dragon fear.
dragon fear, yeah.
I'll say-
I was
yeah,
figuring that one stayed.
That'll stay. That's all. That's organic.
Yeah.
That's going to require therapy. And dragon exposure. Every time you're near Trovis and he sneezes, you'll be like, "Ooh."
Yeah, am I afraid of Trophus now, I guess?
I mean,
It's a dragonborn, not really dragon, but we'll see.
all right.
It should be a D20 each time you see him.
All right, and with that, you will head over with Velen into a small building next to the Northlook Tavern. It's ramshackle, and around the side there is a little side entrance. It's built into the ground, ringed by old mortar stones. It's almost like a basement suite, or more like a storage shed. But as she approaches it, she'll walk up and a little slot will open in the door, and a pair of bright red eyes will look back at you. Who's there? It's Valen. Valen who? For God's sake, Axis, it's me. The door opens of its own volition. Before it does, you hear the sound of footsteps moving into the distance. What lies before you is the dimly lit chamber of an old, rotted wooden planked house. A corridor with bare walls, no insulation to speak of there, just planks. Shafts of dim light, just occasionally shining through. Cobwebs hang off of everything. And occasionally, you'll see a small whale oil lamp casting just the tiniest bit of illumination into the room. Most of you have dark vision, so it's not that big of a deal, but you can hear the sound of creaking and groaning all around you. Come in, if you dare. Oh, for God's sake, come on in, seriously. It's drama queen. Velen will lead you down this corridor, which is designed almost to look kind of basically like a serial killer hallway. Around the corner, you will see that the room widens into the hallway leads into a wide rectangular room, at the center of which is a huge circular table. There, you'll see that the table is draped in old, threadbare purple velvet. A crystal ball, with a crack running down the side of it, is positioned in the center. A wrought iron chandelier with 2 out of 12 candles inside of it, burning down to the nubs, glows overhead, and behind the chair, at the head of the table, staring at you, is standing a tall and fairly portly tiefling. His skin is bright, I'm going to say bright purple. We're going to go with purple. Bright purple. His eyes are glowing red in the dim candlelight. The slightest bit of a double chin is pushing out beneath his devilish goatee, and he is wearing tightly drawn finery that looks kind of threadbare, like he picked it from a thrift store or has been wearing it for years. It's kind of wearing a doublet riding jacket, and a vest, and a pair of riding boots as well. He looks over at you. Welcome to the House of Mysteries, of Enchantment, of Arcane Secrets. How can I help you? Axel, we need supplies. Supplies? I might have supplies. What do you offer me? Please sit. The spirits will tell me if your price is right. He pulls out a chair with and sits down at the head of the table. Sit, I am a busy man.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
Yeah.
We need supplies for our next endeavor.
And what do you endeavor? Also, I like your accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Forest of the Elves.
Ah,
Or
yes.
this.
I'm not. But somehow we sound the same. That is very strange.
Similar.
You are a southerner.
Yes. More down south. I prefer the heat, but here we are.
Me as well. Although I am presently built for the snow with this extra layer. I tell you, there are dark things afoot in this Icewind Dale. A disease of the mind. I have been quarantining myself here for a long time now, almost a year. And what do I have to
What
show
sort
for
of
it?
disease?
A sickness. I was originally in East Haven until I came to Brinchander 6 months ago. The people of East Haven are growing mad. I hear that they have finished going mad. And that they have turned on each other. Do you know anything about this?
Do we?
Yeah, they totally did, remember?
The Chardalian.
The Chardalian
Yeah,
turned them
okay.
on each other.
Oh, we do, actually. There's a crystal called Chardalin, or Chardalian, depending where you're from.
Oh yes, depending if you're nasty. Yeah.
If it is infused with darker magics, it can cause someone's mind to shatter or splinter.
Like this. He says, and reaches down into a pouch kind of underneath the table, pulls it out and drops a very familiar amulet. One of the Knights of the Black Sword would be wearing this sliver of icy Chardalian, or Chardalin, if you're nasty. It clambers on the table. I have seen many of these around.
That is exactly it.
They make good wands.
If you use it correctly and you want to infuse it, then yes. It can be used for any number of things. But it was being used by a cult, and spreading its sickness around, and East Haven unfortunately paid the price. We are looking to,
What do you want?
what can you offer us? We are looking for rations, goods for
Rations.
long... No, let me finish.
Okay, you finish.
I will finish. Please let me.
Please let you finish.
We're going to be on a somewhat long journey.
I see. Well,
Velen said you were probably able to help us.
I can help you. What kind of things do you want?
I'll look to Velen.
Potions.
This is your...
Items. Anything of magical value. We have things to trade. I prefer trade. Trade is best. Lay out your trading items on the table. Anything you want to get rid of. I will be fair. You will be fair. I will be fair as you deserve, Ellen. What do you have? Let me see. What items are you going? All right. So things that you have a bag of tricks. You have a sickle that Vistra picked up off of the head of the or that murder from the wolf tribe. You have all sorts of stuff in your possession, guys. What are you getting rid of?
Well,
We have the 4 giant rings.
You do?
not
Four
Might as-
really doing
giant
us any
rings.
good. I will
Really aren't.
pull out the bag of tricks. Honestly, we're not using this. It has caused us more trouble than it's worth, in my opinion.
Ye have kind of done.
All right. How much money do you have as a party?
In total, I have including all of my money, I have 230 gold left.
Okay.
200. I have 248 total currency.
Sorry about that.
I have 285 total gold.
Wow. I feel like you... Oh, I guess you bought a bunch of stuff.
You just dropped like 700 gold in total.
Fair.
No, 800 gold.
And how
for
much
the
does
round.
Katerina have?
After dropping that, she has 776 in gold. So I don't.
From all of her...
Yeah. Well, she hasn't made that much barding, but she hasn't bought much either. Most
Neither
of what
of
she buys
us.
is cheap.
Actually, you
How do
always
have
pay more for
7?
everything.
That is true.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, how does this keep happening? Because Callie doesn't buy fucking anything.
No,
and
I
she
haven't
has
bought
no
anything.
frickin'
Once
money.
we did this, I have 248. You have more than I do on
Was Katerina holding, like, the whole party
loot.
gold or
No.
something?
I think we've divvied up each time. I just don't know how Katerina.
Yeah, no, we have. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always divvied it up. Well, at one point she had a whole pile of gems that she was able to trade for money too.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's where most of hers came from, was gems.
And that wasn't party gems?
No, it was stuff that she has.
All right. So what do you have to put on the table?
I'm trying to find the stuff that we had from the.
I'm going to put the bag of tricks on the table.
Mm-hmm.
This thing has honestly been more trouble than it's worth, and I don't think it's going to serve us very well where we are going.
So is this just, like, magical items, or...?
Yes, I am a very powerful wizard. A
Well, I got
sorcerer.
nothing, so...
Yeah, I've
Mark.
got nothing other than like the stuff that we got from the ship with the dragon.
Sure. What do you have
Oh.
there?
I'm trying to
I
find
got
the list of
absolutely
that.
zip.
Yeah, I've got nothing, but I'm trying
We
to
come
find the
across
list.
no magical weapons that are of any good to
Yep.
Callie.
Yep.
How
same with
interested
Vistra.
would you be in an elven-made lyre? It's not anything magical, but it is historical.
Most of the elves that I've met were elven-made lyres. So what would one more be? A
I
lyre
will pull
could be...
the lyre out of my bag, like the instrument.
I have 2 dragon fangs and a dragon scale.
You also should have a quiver of Alona, a drift globe, a
Yeah.
peridot carved in the shape of a leaf.
Didn't we sell that in the last?
Did you sell all of that?
Didn't we get rid of that recently?
We
Because we had to
haven't gotten rid
trade
of
the stuff for all
quiver.
the gems from Trovis at the mine. We
You
gave
got
a
rid
lot
of
that
the
way.
ceremonial bowl inlaid with carnelians.
Yeah, but we do still have the quiver.
And did
Yeah.
you get rid of the
Yeah.
mithril armor?
I swear we still have that.
I'm pretty sure we do still have that.
I'm
Yeah, we
pretty
still
sure
have
we
that.
still have it. We just kept it because we were like, someone might eventually wear this. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have it in any of my notes that we got rid of it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just reading through all of them
All
right
right,
now.
then you can put that on the table. Make sure that it's gone. All right.
Yeah. I'll pull out the mithril armor.
Are you pulling out the sickle, Vistra?
Yes.
Cool. Callie, you can totally use that, by the way. Sickles are druid weapons.
Yeah, but somebody else needed it, wanted it, or something.
No, she just pocketed it before you could
I
pick
just
it up.
put it. I just grabbed it off the dead body.
Oh, okay.
And
I
then
never
didn't
saw
show
it
it to
then,
anybody.
as Callie.
Did I not show it to anyone? I thought
You
it was
did not
there
show
out
it to
there.
a goddamn person.
Nope.
No, like we as players, I think, knew about it.
Ow.
You were just
but
like,
Callie does not know about it. I don't know that sickle's all that good though.
It is if it's magic.
That's true, but I think sickle as a weapon is not that good.
No, it's a D4.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we have? We have mithril armor. We have these big ass rings. We have.
Oh, I think I know why. Because I wasn't thinking it was a because I'm still new to D&D. You just. I remember you saying, "Oh, it doesn't look like it's any use to you," but I didn't clue in that you meant might be used to other people in the party.
You.
To you, I know. I didn't clue in that you part.
All right. What else do we have here? We have that. We have this. We have that.
I have a snowflake ice ring as well.
Snowflake ice ring. Sure, put that on the pile. Let's see what I can do. Let's see. What have I managed to peek through? You are in luck. You are going on adventure. I have, for this, I can trade you a couple of potions. I can trade you a mostly intact bag of holding.
What do you mean mostly intact? Details,
It-
please.
It has a small hole in it, but is otherwise good. It only
we lose
vanishes
stuff
1
out
out of 20 items. And
so
not
it's a
all the
bit of a
time
process.
either. It's actually very convenient. And once it's in, it's in. I just think that the pocket dimension has a small hole in it. Not very big, maybe about the size of coin.
So if we put anything small in there, we're most likely to lose it, probably.
Not necessarily something, if you put something big in, it might plug it up. You're welcome to hop in and take a look, but would not recommend.
From my understanding of those, you can last about 10 minutes or so in there without
Ye-
breathing.
Yes, but it is pure void. Plus, you're too big to fit in. She is too big to fit in. He says, pointing at Callie.
Interesting.
He's the- Well, the hole is only this big. Maybe a gnome could hop in, but not a halfling.
I
Wait.
mean, I can get smaller.
Well, then maybe you could hop into the bag of holding. Then hold your breath for a very long time. Look, I have a number of potions. I have various poisons, if that is your thing. I have... What else? I have a... I have long day. I have... I have a filter of love.
I think the bag of holding sounds good.
What kind of potions are we talking, Axel?
I have a couple. I have, let me check real quick, one moment. Which ones does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Say, I have a potion of heroism. I have a potion of water breathing. I have a potion of diminution. I have a potion of speed. And 2 potions of superior healing.
Well, superior healing would probably be for the best, knowing this party, especially after recent encounters. Going to put that on the table.
Yeah.
I don't think the filter of love will do us much good, so...
You never know.
Unless we're gonna seduce Oral, I don't think it's gonna be very helpful.
You do what now? You gotta tell me these fucks aren't messing with the oral.
Oh no, we're not messing with her whatsoever.
What is this? Nothing, nothing. It's fine, friend. It's fine. Everything is fine.
We're not messing with anything. That isn't our goal. Not on this mission.
I don't want to get into the affairs of gods.
No, we are not going to drag you into anything of the sort.
No.
All we are here to do is trade.
The mithril armor is worth the healing potions.
Done.
He will pull it off the table, reach into... you'll notice now that, like, his coat has a bunch of pockets sewn into the inside.
Cool.
Like, way too many. As he reaches in, there's no way. These pockets are about the size of, like, a pack of cigarettes. And he reaches in and pulls out 2 full-sized potions and rolls them across the table to you.
That's a great coat.
That is fantastic.
Very useful.
Did you make it yourself?
You know, I do okay. I do okay.
We
It
should
is...
talk. You're interesting.
I appreciate the interest, but I don't have a type, and you are not that type.
I don't have a type either. I simply want to talk magic.
Actually, that is my type. The type that wants to talk magic and nothing else.
Yeah, no, that is exactly it.
Okay, we can be friends. Or, you know, enemies or rivals. It'll be fun.
Sure.
Okay, good. I've always wanted a good rival.
We can be rivals of magic. That sounds interesting.
Excellent. I will destroy you. But first, sales.
But first, sales.
Good. What else do you want? That sickle is magic. I will take this. And for this, I will give you a potion of heroism, potion of invisibility, potion of water breathing, potion of diminution, and potion of speed. Yeah, that is that should all work together. Same price as sickle. Fair? It is
I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that is
That seems
incredibly
like a
fair.
great fair.
That is very, very fair. What can we? What will you take off of our hands for the damaged bag of holding?
Damage bag of holding. Let's see, what else do you have on here? So you have the giant rings on the desk.
Yep.
Yep.
What else?
I also have the bag
The-
of tricks.
Bag of
The
tricks?
quiver.
Okay. The quiver.
And some dragon paraphernalia.
All of this, 100 gold each.
That plus 100 gold.
Each. 400 gold. 500 gold. Because Valen's here. You said 400 first. We're going to do 400.
I was going to say I'm like 400, and you're getting a lot there. That bag of tricks is not damaged. It is coming Can be quite handy depending on what your plans are for it.
Well,
There is quite a lot here.
I think 300 each will be sufficient.
You mean 300 total, not 300 each.
I'm very tired.
That is
You
very
said
fair.
300 each.
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Just knock it off, Axel. Fine. Everything on the table right now. With the rings. And, fine. Because you are a good customer. 300 gold total. From your group right now.
I think that's doable.
Yeah, that's fine. And Cat will
It'll
Cat
be 75 each.
I was gonna say Cat will just front it.
Are you certain?
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything twice.
All right.
Oh, we definitely hold one of those superior healings on you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right. And he'll reach into a small pocket and go... Oh, actually, no, he will not, because he knows better than that. He will head over to a cabinet in the corner, unlock it with 2 different keys of vastly different sizes and shapes, and will open a door and pull out a bag that has like a patch at the bottom of it. We'll head it over and hand it to you. There you go. Anybody who puts a thing in the bag of holding, roll a percentile. On a 5 or less, the item is eaten by the bag.
Is there any way we can get this fixed?
Not at your level.
Ah!
Otherwise, you can pay me 4 grand.
Ah!
I think that you have a 5% chance of losing something is a fair deal.
Yeah.
That is
fair.
very
Yeah.
fair.
That is
Yeah.
super fair.
5% chance, that's pretty good. So, damage bag of holding, potions of heroism, water breathing, diminution, so shrinking, speed, 2 potions of superior healing, and invisibility. And that is what you are getting out of this deal. He'll take everything off the table.
Yes.
Do you have anything else you want to trade?
Not at the moment, I don't think. Unless you have interesting magics that you want to discuss, but
Interesting magics that I want to discuss.
I'm very
you
curious
are
how
a
you make your
wizard.
spells.
You wish to know magics. Well, what kind of magics do you want to know?
Well, primarily evocation is my
Vistra's
study.
like slowly nodding off in the
And
background.
that's fine. I'm very interested in who this is.
All right. Well,
But
once.
I'm always interested in new schools and new different things that I'd like to try.
All right. Well, one moment, please. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. There we go. So for spells that he has available for you to purchase to add to your spell book, he will charge, we'll say, make me a persuasion roll. Let's see if he likes you.
Okay. Alright, where's my fucking persuasion? It's not excellent, because I am... Wait. That's gonna be a 9!
A 9. Okay, so he'll charge you 50 gold per spell level.
That's fair. I'll take it,
So
whatever.
let's see. So the evocation spells he has, basically you have access to the spells in Tasha's.
Cool.
So if you want any of those, like Intellect Fortress, Tasha's Mind Whip, Summon Beast, Tasha's Caustic Brew, which is way more powerful in my games because we decided to make it a ray, like a prolonged ray, because it's more fun if it's a vomit fountain. Might I consider Summon Elemental, or Summon Shadow Spawn, or Summon Fae?
Yeah, I have Conjure Elemental already, so I'm like, that kind of overlaps a little bit.
Yeah, so for 200 you can pick up Summon Elemental.
Mm-hmm.
That one's pretty dope.
That was really dope. It's like, there's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have, what, you said 300 gold?
I have... Hold on. I have 127 gold, but like including like silver and like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have 230.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
I
so you can
don't
afford
want to
that.
burn all my shit. But I'm also like, when are we going to be shopping again?
You're
You
not,
know?
and there's probably going to be stuff down there.
Exactly. That's why, okay. I will look it over. I'm going to look over all the stuff on Tasha's right now.
That sounds good. So basically, he will make this deal with you. Hey, you can buy whatever you buy, and you can decide during the break what you want. I'm not going to make you like hunt
Yeah.
down right now.
I was going to say I'll just decide on the
You purchase a spell or two from him. He is happy to trade them to you, and will happily do so. And when you have conducted your transaction, he will look around the table and go, Oh, the spirits tell me that our business is transacted. Our transaction has concluded. May you go well with the spirits and not let the door bite your ass on the way out.
Are we done? Oh, that took a while.
Ugh.
Can I insight check him to see if he's like actually communing with anyone or if he's just being a dick?
Yes, you may with advantage because you know a dick when you see a dick.
Yep. Okay, that is going to be, I rolled a 19 plus my insight. Okay, that's going to be 25.
He is definitely being a dick, but the way that his eye twitches toward one of the corners of the room, you think there might be something to it a little bit. But he's being a dick about this. The
Oh,
way
I
that he
love
kind of
it.
nervously
I love
keeps
him.
glancing at like stained areas of the room is like, and occasionally just twitching and flinching. Like he seems a little deranged, or maybe he's seeing ghosts.
Fucking love him.
Random NPCs to get you items before the big showdown are great. Go! Be off with you. And please come again with more magic items, because seriously, I don't get much business down here, and if I was public about this, I wouldn't get any more business. I'd probably just get lynched. Stupid yokels.
That's fair. I'll probably be back. And now that I've seen you, I can bother you all I want.
Not if I bother you first. Lysithian,
first.
Callisto.
May the first bother win.
I am very good at bothering people.
We'll see about that. What if I bother you from a dark cavern?
What if I
What
bother you in a dark cavern?
I dare you to try.
When will you be in a dark cavern? I will set an alarm.
Probably fairly soon.
Alright, then I will bother you fairly soon.
All right. I dare
Alright.
you. Bother me as soon as you want.
I'm going to bother you so hard.
Do it.
Yes. This is like, what the
Callie's gonna lean into
This is a very strange
This is like
interaction.
the two
This is like, I
asexual
know they both
characters
don't
just
like each other, but man, they would be so close to banging if they weren't.
like
if they,
seriously,
like,
this is
had
the
any
weirdest
passion.
non-sexual tension with sexual tension I've ever seen.
Vistra's just like
I
confusingly
thought I
like
knew
looking at
flirting,
them
but
both,
I don't
going
think I
like,
know this type of flirting.
This isn't our kind of flirting, Callie.
Yeah, no shit.
they're like
I'm going to
brain
outmagic
flirting.
you so hard.
Okay,
Shall we leave?
I like it when the magic is nice
Like-
and firm.
You're gonna see Callie kind of like leaning forward, squinty eye, just staring
It's
up
just
at
like has her
Lysithian.
head
What is
cocked
going
to the
on?
side, just like
Valen's
Cat's
giving you
just
one of
like-
these.
It seems I've met my match.
the closest Lysithians come to like intellectually matching with someone.
When you get that match on OkCupid. All right, and with that,
Lysithian will just turn with a flourish and walk out the door.
Oh my god.
and with that, you will head out into Bryn Shander and prepare your trip to the Ragged Glacier. There's a long way ahead of you. Some of you might not survive. But it's going to be one hell of an adventure. Which will begin right after this break. Don't go anywhere, and we hope to see you shortly. Let's talk to the chat. We're back, everybody. Hello, welcome to the chat.
What is up, you nerds? I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We're in such a mood tonight. It's great.
God.
I
So
will probably
nuts.
make popcorn after this because
I'm on like super low carb right now, so I'm losing weight like crazy and sleeping a lot.
you look amazing.
Oh, you look amazing.
Thank you. I'm blue.
Dabba dee, dabba die.
I need to get. I've seriously started.
Text it to me.
On low
Texted you.
carb.
Did you blue yourself or did you have help? No, I there's so many jokes, so many blue jokes.
Dude,
God, so many really dirty things I could say. Oh my God.
I know. It's the best.
That
I have to censor myself so much because it's just like, yeah.
because we're a mature channel, but we're not that mature. Because, like, I'm not actually supposed to do some of the things I probably might have. I don't know. Anyway, hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back.
I mean, you're not supposed to do like blatant sexual stuff, but I think they're more referring to like really graphic descriptions or like
No.
actual like
What you mean?
naked
like
sexy
being in
stuff?
like a blow up pool with a bikini, signing names on yourself?
That's fine.
So, I want to really
That's
quickly
totally fine.
say,
That's totally fine.
good to see everybody. Bongmaster, Riggs, General Attry, Bongmaster. I already said Bongmaster. Double Bongmaster. Triple Bong. Quadruple. Frogymouth, Soul, Stormshanks, Anon Lone Ranger, Itwitch or iTwitch. You're going to tell me one of these days. DM Mike, Trezelta. Good to see everybody in there. If I missed anybody, with John, Maxuda, good to see you too. I know I missed some people, but anyway, good to see you all. Sorry we weren't here last week. Like I said, Food tried to assassinate me. I survived. That's one for me, Food. Oh, and Necro. Good to see you, Necro.
And I had a run in with a forklift in a hard place. It's still pretty bruised, but
nice.
God, that's so fucking nasty. Like, it looks really cool if I'm going to be really
Oh, and Roshaloo.
really
Is it Roshaloo? Is that how you pronounce it? And Snowy. Good to see Snowy. And this is the point where I will just say people's names. Rebellious Robot YT. That's a good name. Oh,
You
someone
be lurking.
Someone
Shit.
followed us earlier, and what was their name? It
Oh,
was
Jacula.
Jacula, and I was like, I fucking love that name. You're not at liberty to say. I'll find you,
Jacula,
Itwitch.
yeah.
I Twitch. I like it. I like it as It Twitch. Like it's just like you're the witch, but you're it as well.
Itwitch.
Like you're a witch playing tag, and it's been you. So ADD is on full blast tonight, folks, because I slept like crap last night. Yeah, your arm is looking better. By the way, if you want to learn more about us, talk more about us, and hang out with us, don't forget that our Discord is up and running, where you can see things like Robin's bruises posted in the selfie channel. I'm pretty sure, right?
People ask for it, yes.
Blue Skull, good to see you.
Dude, I popped in and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think Stu wanted, because I mentioned it on stream, and she's like, put it in the chat, put it in the Discord. I'm like, okay, you guys get my gross. I'm sending Krista daily photos now of my bruise.
I love Krista.
She's like, makeup, yes.
So, folks, there are a couple things I want to point out. You almost got run over by almost doesn't count, Riggs. Get run over by a
come
forklift or get out.
Get run over.
Don't actually get out. We like having you here. But like you were here, but getting to know, yeah, we're really nice people. So honestly, we are going to chat with you for about, probably 10 more minutes, maybe 15. So at this point, you can literally ask us any question, and if we are legally allowed to answer it, I think we probably will. So hey, put it in the chat. I have like 0 things I won't talk about. I have no filter.
Same.
Hayden doesn't have any filter except what they've signed an NDA against.
Yeah.
What's a filter?
It's
I'm
that.
still learning what that is.
Yeah, I don't have one.
the filter is the fuck off if you ask something like weirdly personal. But
I will not. You know what? I will answer almost any question, really, because I don't care.
Yeah, me as
Yeah,
well.
see, and that's same with me. I will like give.
But
I
I'm-
will usually be like, "Oh, I'm
Yes.
TMI too much," because I just like if people ask, I'm like, I will tell you things that you probably don't
Yeah.
want to know about me, but I will tell you.
See,
And it's
I feel like
oh,
we haven't gotten very many, but occasionally we get.
I want-
I've gotten on my channel.
Yeah.
The gross trolls.
Yeah, can you walk me like a dog?
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
I'm just like, how about no? I have a dog already.
I think
Thank you very much.
It's also different where I say you can ask me anything because people don't ask like the big loud dude that's the head of the stream. Like, I'm a guy. They aren't going to ask me the creepy questions usually. And if they do, it's like, well,
Well, and I was going to say, there are some questions that should be 100% off limit because they involve more than one person.
Which is true.
So.
Homestuck black romance stuff. You have no filter either. What is the average airspeed of an unladen swallow? African or European?
Exactly.
Like, you got to be specific. The question's banned now. So what interesting things do we have to talk about?
I have a new costume piece.
Do you?
It's in Krista's hands right now.
Yeah, Krista's making me a costume piece.
So, okay, Sylvester Slays, by the way, everybody go follow Sylvester Slays. That is our good friend Michael. He is responsible for all of this pretty stuff that you see out, that frames all of the pretty stuff on that side of the screen. I'm just me. And Sylvester Slays asks, how long did it take everyone to put on their makeup for this game? Now, I would like you to tell me how long it took you to put up on your makeup now and how long it used to take you at its longest. So we'll just go through. Whoever wants to go first.
Sure. I feel like I get this question a lot. Now it only takes me about an hour, if that, because I've just found efficient ways to do it. I'm also dealing with like a larger powder palette, so I can like do like the contour and shit like a lot easier. I'm not using like a teeny tiny little blue palette anymore, but it used to take. Yes, it is a PB&J sandwich because it's what I had in my fridge here.
Crunchy or smooth?
Right now smooth, but I like both.
All right. Of course you would be by nut buttery or pan nut buttery. You like any nut? No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Do.
Someone's gonna clip. Oh, you.
I like most kinds of nut butters.
All right.
Same.
Nobody clipped that. That we're
Nobody
talking
clipped
about
that.
like commercial stuff. Ooh, have you ever
Literally
had cookie butter?
Yes.
I have, and I don't like it. It's too sweet for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, small portions.
I like more bitter stuff, as you know. But it used to take me about an hour and a half to do my makeup because I was still trying to learn like how to apply multiple layers of the blue, like just the paint. But now I'm like,
what did you do? What do you do to get it off? Because, like I said, last week I went red when I played Casticus Underhill, and I ended up accidentally like scrubbing my forehead raw, getting it off. I think I went a little too hard in the shower. But like what do you use?
Is your paint water? Is yours water based?
Yeah, it's just the Maron stuff. So I think.
Okay.
I think you didn't moisturize. So you stained your skin a little bit.
Oh, did I? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do
Gotta
is
prep
I
the
moisturize.
canvas.
Yeah, I moisturize and prime before putting it on.
Wait,
let
what do you
that
use for?
soak into my skin.
Okay, you use the moisturizer as a primer?
I use
So you
both
can get primers,
moisturizer
too.
and a primer.
Oh, I didn't actually
Yeah.
know that primer existed because I'm a cis dude that doesn't
that's
put on
fine.
makeup
Yeah.
very often.
But
I'm learning.
sometimes I just use moisturizer. I just use moisturizer, and I kind of didn't care because my skin's been totally fine. But
Okay.
I'll do that, and then
It should just be water that takes it off.
yeah, honestly,
Okay.
I'll just hop in the shower and just let it just soak
Just
off
let
my
it flow.
face. I'll just
Let it flow.
basically I'll just like scrub off as much as I can. I'll use like just my normal facial scrub, and then when I get out, I will just use like makeup remover and just like cotton pads to like soak off the excess that's usually on like my mascara and shit like that.
Oh, that's fair. I need to add more eye makeup.
And then I'll do like my normal facial cleansing before I go to bed.
Okay. How long for your stuff? Because Callie has a lot of freckles and stuff that you put on, Christine.
Yeah, so it's hard to see a bit on camera. Like here, I'll
Yeah, we
lean
need to
forward
get you a
bit.
4K camera.
But it does kind of show up a little bit every now and then. But like, I do have freckles all over, and I have much pinker, like, so Callie, like, right now I don't really look that flushed, but I do actually have a lot of blush on my cheeks to kind of give that definition there. So I would say, Callie, I'd count it probably as 40 minutes for makeup and getting the wig on. And it probably used to take me, I used to start at 5 o'clock to get ready for 6. So that then I would spend that time kind of getting my coffee and whatnot before we kind of get on call around 6:30. So yeah, it used to take me about an hour to get it all together. Because honestly, before the pandemic, I was not really wearing much in the way of eyeshadow. Like I did a little bit, but I only had one palette. I now have like 10 plus.
Yeah.
All Hayden's fault.
Yep.
All
same,
their fault.
Same, Hayden. Same. I got the limoncello palette recently, and it's so pretty.
Ooh. I was looking at the Malibu Barbie one because it's bright colors.
Okay.
I want to get the limoncello one.
What
really
about
bad.
Vistra and Kat? How long does your stuff take? And then we'll get back to the other questions.
Vistra, I used to again kind of start at 5 to be on call for 6:30 to do everything. And now depending, like the one time when you wanted me on at 6:15 to talk about another game coming up, I did my makeup in 30 minutes, but I prefer to do it in 40. So I like 40 to kind of make sure I get the beard right and the eyeshadow and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you've
40
gotten really
minutes.
good at the beard.
Thank you.
Like it's good. I really like your cheek, like your
cheekbones.
your cheekbone contouring. I think it's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's the masculine kind of more square jaw for her. But fun things about 4K. Next week, Vistra will be in 4K.
Yeah. Also, I just looked up the cameras are on sale right now if anybody wants to upgrade to 4K. So we'll talk after game. And then Mike, how long does it take you to do your stuff?
So obviously tonight I don't have any on, but
Because you do a lot more for Veritrix on Fridays.
I do a lot more for Veritrix.
Oh, by the way, Rain is back on Friday this week, so show up.
Yay!
Oh yeah,
get to
I do
wear
a
my
shit
new
ton more
corset.
for like
I
Claudette
gotta wear
too.
my new corset.
When I'm doing either a full face for Cat or usual for Rain, I spend about an hour. I mean, I usually get home about 5:30, and then just jump straight into the room and start doing makeup, and then usually by 6:30 I'm done. I'm just finishing up. So I mean, I have gotten a lot quicker. It used to take me like 2 hours because when I started, doing like cosplays for D&D was the first time I'd ever started doing makeup. And so it was like, learning right from scratch when I first started doing my makeup for D&D. So
You come a long way, baby.
yeah.
Yeah, I like to look at the photos from like first game at Rime because I'm just like, oh baby, you're precious.
So-
You're a precious little angel that doesn't.
We
know
had a
makeup.
question further up about how would you color your face but not your beard if you had a beard
Okay.
and have it not look patchy around the beard.
So that's why I was pulling up my phone real quick to show you what to do here. So like, this is a shot of me as Casticus Underhill last week. What I would say you do is you paint through the beard. Like it depends how long your beard is, first of all. But what I do, and Christine actually did this with me, is we paint through the beard, and then we take an eyeshadow palette, which you can get at dollar stores, because I just picked up 2 more cheap ones, because you're not using it for your eyes, you're using it to color your hair on top. So basically, you dye the beard to get to the skin underneath, and then you go over top of it to recolor it. And that's actually what is happening here. It's looked better in the past as Lark. Christine, take it
and
away.
also depending on how short it is, what I was noticing was that if you really stippled it on with a brush, it would help get past the beard. So I'm pretty sure that was me doing your Lark makeup
You did
those
Lark.
times, right?
I did. Well, you did Lark the time where you added all the facial hair. This was when you did Lark
Oh right, because you had
that I had shaved
it all
for
off.
Extra Life.
But what I was noticing was I think something that might work is that you could, if you use a brush, like a fairly stiff foundation, so a flathead kind of foundation brush, and stipple it in, and then take a face cloth even, or anything like that that's dry, and very gently go over the hair, so you're not actually scraping the skin, but you're taking off any excess off the hair. Like if it's really long, you might have more problems, but I would imagine if you took your time and just parted your beard and got in there with a brush, you should be able to get mainly your skin and not the beard.
Okay. So, a couple of things. Hayden, what flavor of jelly is an important question?
I'm muted. I think it was raspberry.
Cool.
It was raspberry jam.
Ooh,
So
yum.
I do want to say that for Amy's upcoming game, I'm very proud of this because I'm going to start wearing makeup for it because I'm playing a ranger and I'm totally ripping off a character that you may have be familiar with who is a ranger. But I've got some test images and
Yeah, boy.
like look at that smolder. Ooh, he gonna be sexy.
Get a beach.
I'm gonna get it. I'm wearing a lot of eye makeup there.
Yeah.
I have great eyelashes. You can't see them because I wear glasses usually. Okay.
Dude,
That's-
I feel
that's
that
one
my
of my
eyelashes
problems.
are fucking ridiculous.
Right?
Like, I don't need Like, I finally reinvested in an eyelash curler after mine broke recently, and I haven't been wearing false eyelashes at all.
Okay, so quick questions from the chat. You don't need them. You got gorgeous eyelashes.
Mine are ridiculous.
How long have you
those are
been
great.
been together and been friends? So Mike and I have been friends for about a decade now. I'm really good friends with Mike's sister.
Yeah.
So I met them working for a convention in the local area that I made and is still going and stuff, which is how I met Hayden, and it's technically how I met Christine. So I met Hayden through that when they started coming and doing voice acting panels and being just like a little baby weeb, and then became like an actual like professional weeb. And then Christine attended that convention that I was chair of and went to a bunch of events. And then when I went back to school I went back to university in 2014 to work toward
It was like my first term in the university. So
yeah, because you'd been going to like a community college and then you swapped over.
Yeah.
She
I saw him, so I walked up to him and was like, "Hi, I'm Christine. You don't know me, but here's how I know you."
It's true. I get that a lot, to be honest, where people, you know.
And it was good because I was wearing a really nice blouse, a pencil skirt, and bright red lipstick. So needless to say, I got his number. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. And now we've been dating for like 6 years. So like, okay, there you go. And then we were going. So we were planning Rime the Frostmaiden, and we were trying to figure out who was going to be in our 4th slot. And like, we kept having a couple of people that we were like, maybe this person. And then it's just like, the vibe. Because like, one of the things when you're putting together a game, any game, is you have to make sure that the chemistry is right. If you're streaming this game, doubly so, because if you get a bunch of people that hate each other playing the game, it's going to go under, nobody's going to have fun. It's going to be awful. So we were going back and forth of like, who the hell are we going to use? And then Hayden was like, hey, I have a friend who's like really bored and wants to get into D&D and is a huge nerd and is like a really sweet person.
Basically.
And I'm like, I was really reluctant. I'm very reluctant to It's what's the meme? Like, I'm sorry, it's the Seinfeld meme. I'm sorry, I already have 3 friends, right?
Yeah.
Like I have a very like strong wall against stuff, and I'm like, all right, fine. And then so I cyber stalked Rama a bit and saw that they have like tons of like Lord of the Rings crap on their wall. I'm like, okay, maybe. And so we met and became like, I think we're pretty close friends now.
I would like to think so.
I think we are. I think that you are one of my closer friends at the moment.
We send you weird memes at like 12 o'clock at
Oh,
night.
it's
Yeah,
my
you-
favorite.
You
I
send
love
me messages
getting
at 2 in the
weird
morning. I
memes.
think we're pretty tight.
I don't. Well, you know,
Which I
send them,
enjoyed
like
Hayden's
midnight when I go
reaction
to
the
bed,
other
and
night.
then you reply
Oh, those
at
were
2 in the morning.
Fucking excellent.
And I know
memes.
Hayden from high school.
That meme I said that
It was so good.
it's stuck in your.
Kelly
so-
showed it to me as we're lying there going to go to sleep with a dog on us,
Which
and I just died. It was like
A non-low ranger is
started
absolutely
laughing.
right. If
So
people hate each other in a stream, it is obvious, and especially if
It's
there's real
so
tension.
evident.
And
Yeah.
it's really unfortunate because it does color everything, right? And I'm really a big fan because all of the Dork Tales people are at the very least friendly acquaintances with each other. Nobody dislikes anybody.
No, I've never had an issue with anybody, and I'm like, even when I just play like briefly, I fucking love everybody.
I am very careful of our team. Like, I only have good people and people that I would like. I don't have anybody on the team I wouldn't loan money to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically, or I wouldn't ask to watch my dog. Well, I mean, wouldn't to come over and feed the dog.
that's used to, yes, yes, that meme.
It's a good one. It's a good
Yeah,
one.
that one.
Yeah, that one. Okay, you did send that to me.
They started fighting. Oh, that's rough. I don't like group infighting, and I get this feeling that like I'm a community builder. Like, I build like networks and try to connect people. It's just one of the things I like to do. I almost approach things with this like, look, if they're my friend, they should be your friend mentality, which obviously isn't always good.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you should not have a problem with each other. You're both good people. Get over your shit. Which is like usually good. I've been wrong like a couple of times with that. We're not going to mention that.
What?
That's fine.
Vistra had to walk your dog the other week? What?
Is that why Vistra didn't walk my dog? Vistra wants to Robin there wants to walk my dog, but because of COVID we can't. because the dog can catch COVID, and the dog is a vector for COVID. Because in Canada, we still haven't had our first or second shot. I've had my first, and Mike's had their first.
I'm registered, but I'm still fucking
I'm registered, waiting for the
I am
fucking
also registered.
call.
You sitting
I'm
there,
Soon.
dude. Manel, I never know how to. Manellan, it's is it Manellan? Is that how you pronounce it? I know it's you, and I love having you here. By the way, I hope that you're having a good day at teaching. By the way, because it would be a teaching day.
Teaching, I think.
Going to teach.
Going
I
to
think,
teaching,
yeah.
probably on the train right now. So I think that if you're not having fun, talk to the DM. If you are the DM, then talk to the players. I think that, here's my rough take. If you go watch our Curse of Strahd videos on YouTube, you'll see how much I hate that game. I like the players. I hate that game. I think it's written very poorly. I think it's written for the 1980s. And I think that Strahd is an incel.
Well, we basically all had the conversation together of like, look, we're loving each other's characters and playing with each other.
Yeah, Lena, fair enough.
But fuck, Kelly, just take the mild theme of the game and run whatever you want to run.
I want to run another Ravenloft
Like,
game
don't
and just
run the
make
module,
everything up.
'cause, ugh.
Ravenloft just
Yeah.
goes so back and forth. Like, I get them into Ravenloft Castle, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to have this like dramatic confrontation with Strahd. There is literally a vampire dummy on a string that swoops down outside of Strahd's throne room. Like, you step on a lever and you go,
How
this
bored
thing.
is he?
I don't know, but it's this mannequin dressed like Strahd that swoops down and literally goes, And I'm like, I'm reading this, and I hadn't prepped. I didn't think they'd take that route to get there, so I only skimmed it. I'm looking at them like, oh, yes, a trap. What is this trap? What is this? Because I was in a hurry. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And they're like, what? They're like, are we dead? I'm like, oh, no! Now, of course, it's supposed to stop when it swings down once, but I just kept having a go for 10 minutes while they planned how to go into the throne room. It's such a good episode. Go watch it. It's like the last episode. The Wet Bandits Target Cat Ravenloft.
Oh my gosh.
I actually want to run for extra life. I have a game called Hotel Ravenloft, which is just Hotel Transylvania, but with Strahd.
My God.
My daughter, I must help her. Okay, other
So
questions?
it's gonna be Amy as Luella.
Amy has to play Luella. I love their character. I want Rishley there too because they have not played in a game together, and Rishley got messed up by Ravenloft. How would you color your face? We did that one. Has anyone tried the color changing hair dye? I have tried color changing hair gel. I have tried color changing hair spray. Both are great. Use them. Hair.
Color changing hair dye.
I think they mean like the temp dye. If you have light hair, it works really well. If you have dark hair, it depends on the brand and the color you're changing to. For the DMs, how much?
Though it will feel like you've put extra strength hairspray in your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very very crunch. V crunch.
Oh yeah. Do not attempt to like spread it through, even though it says you should be able to. It's like dragging your hair out from your head.
Yes, I'm going through the list slowly but surely, Anon. Last questions. I only want to go for about 4 more minutes, so we'll do super quick. How much prep do you do before each game? Dave, it depends on the game. Before each game, I usually do about 45 minutes to 2 hours of prep for Icewind Dale. A little less tonight because I didn't sleep last night, so I took a nap instead. Because honestly, I knew that we were going to be going to the Caves of Hunger, and that was about it. For my homebrew, depends on the night. Some nights I improv it from scratch, and some days I do 6 hours of prep that day on top of the prep I did the day before. So it really depends on your style. What about Hayden? You run some games too. What do you do for?
It also depends. With the fully homebrew game that I ran for Robin and our friend Austin, I did hours of prep, rewriting stuff, just like reworking, and then a lot of it was improv. There was a day I didn't have a fucking shopkeep planned, and I'm like, well, this, I guess. Like, I had an idea, but I was like, yeah, sure, he can do that. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Like, there's a lot of, like, shopkeeps are super improv for me a lot of the time.
I mean, do you think
great,
do you think
I loved that.
do you think Exus was planned?
No, No, fuck no.
Did it look
But
planned?
It looked planned as hell.
Get
we're
good.
just
Get good,
I mean,
improvers.
Yeah,
Kelly,
man.
do you
No, I fucking love
remember
improv,
my
but-
introduction for you guys to Bryn Shander?
Vaguely. Who are we talking
Going
about?
with like a caravan up towards the gates of the city, and there's
Oh, yeah,
like,
you improv the caravan, didn't you?
it was a little halfling kid,
Oh, she was adorable.
and she was just like, "Are you adventurers?" And I used that to like, and then you start talking with her parents, and I just managed to throw a bunch of information in about Bryn Shander that made sense instead of just walking and being like, having this one guard go, "Hey guys,
Hey, welcome to Bryn Shander.
here no blonde. Here's a blonde. Here's a good place to get a drink," and all this like random crap information that like you just wouldn't know as people who've never been there.
You know what? I miss the town tourism council from Steep Haven in Shards of Nirn. That lady was great. They had hired a bunch of halflings to run around with pamphlets to tell you where to go in this town. To like, it was great. It was great, and I agree.
So
Art
fun.
hard. Sly Flourish is a great site, and I haven't Lazy Gun. Do I have Lazy Dungeon Master on my shelf? I think I do. Sly Flourish is great. They have some great stuff about Strahd and ways to fix Curse of Strahd.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'd love to eventually play Curse of Strahd. I know Logan's been toying with the idea.
I think that Logan will change a lot of things to make it work.
Probably. It's because Aaron ran it. That was one of the early Nat 19 games. Aaron ran it, so I think Logan's been interested in running it, if I remember correctly. There's been a lot of conversations around it. But fucking, because I know a lot of players are interested in revisiting their characters from those games. But in terms of like prepping for module stuff, for the module that I was running for Alejandro, Lisa, and Bill, which I would love to get back to, but I don't have like the privacy here to like really run it. People are coming in and out of here all the time, so it's hard to like craft it for them because it was a very intimate setting always with us. But I really didn't have to do that much crazy prep for it because like they're such short modules, like because they're just like maybe like 4-shot adventures, honestly. Actually, no, not 4-shot, but like they're like can run it pretty quickly, and there's like I don't really have to do that much crazy prep for it. But I also know Wildmount really well. Like I just know like that world.
Yeah, you're a
'cause
Critical
it's,
Role nerd.
Yeah, I'm a huge Critical Role nerd. So like even there's shit I can recall from Critical Role. Be like, oh yeah, this thing was in Hupperduke. I remember that. So it's like.
I think that one of the things about running modules and preset worlds though is just try not to be too precious. There's something in writing school that they teach you right away, which is kill your darlings, which means just like if you love it too much, it's probably not fun for everybody else. That's just kind of the way it works. So be ready to let things go. That's one of the problems that I always have with running modules. I much prefer running my own stories. I'm a professional writer and storyteller, so I can tailor things better to fit my individual groups than these games can. And running modules kind of makes me feel like I'm stuck on like a maze or like on a path, right? Because you have to do certain things. But at the same time, because of that, there are certain things that are not foreshadowed at all in the book that should be, and these are often written by committee, so things get left out. They're great starting points. But
I found with the module that I ran part of.
Hey, thank you very much for the subs.
Well, thank
you. Sorry, please continue, Christine. Didn't mean to cut you off. Wanted to thank somebody.
So I ran about half of Storm King's Thunder before just getting so frustrated with it that I threw up my hands and quit. But what I was finding, especially with like information that NPCs were supposed to give you guys, that I would kind of take note of what you needed to know, what the book was designed to tell you, and where that fell down. Because quite often they neglect to give you the information you need for a reasonable party to want to keep going. So I found if I made notes on that in particular, like here's the items of information that need to get dropped.
Yeah.
And then I didn't give a shit who said it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It mattered more of who were you guys talking to.
Well, because then if only
interested
one
in
NPC
talking
has
to?
the information and everybody hates dealing with that NPC, and we want to talk to Bill the barkeeper.
Yeah, so I just spread it around to like whoever you ended up talking to, because half the time you ignored the named NPCs from the book and went for like the rando NPCs I'd added in for like a little bit of color
What's his
and
name?
flavor.
What's the goblin's name? Smeeple Smorple.
Oh god,
Oh my
my
God.
very first campaign was starting a Pathfinder one, and like, I think it was James managed to catch one of the goblins,
Yeah, he tried to make a goblin pet.
and you guys didn't want to kill them, and I'm like, well, they basically run off of food, and they're very self-preservationist. I mean,
You have food?
James is like, yes, I'll give you food.
All right, Goblin King over there.
Okay. Last two questions real quick. I'm blur through them. There was a good one here that I wanted to touch on real quick. People talking about my smolder. Thank you. Have I ever done a mystery where the players decided who the villain was? How or does it not work? Yes, it doesn't work so well in games like D&D. It can, but there are certain role-playing games that are very well designed for this, and those are games like Powered by the Apocalypse, which is a type of role-playing game where everything is in the player's hands. The DM, or the game master in that case, or I guess it's DM if it's certain parts of it, but basically just facilitates the setting as people mutually come up with things for it. It's much less of a linear role-playing experience as it is a guided improv session.
It's so fun.
They're lovely games. I think you should really go check out Powered by the Apocalypse. And there are so many different games because they're so easy to build. The DM doesn't roll dice. The GM doesn't roll dice at all. Like, if you attempt something and you fail, something happens to you. If you attack an ogre, he's probably going to hit you because he's an ogre and you are a gnome or just like a guy named Bill who should be tending bar. So it's a really good game. So you can do that. You can totally have conversations with your players and say like, who do you think is the villain of this? So out of all of these, say there are like 12, so you do like Murder on the Orient Express thing, and you're like, all right, so like, how do you want to do this? Like, what kind of drama do you want to do? So you can actually put it in your players' hands if you trust them and like let them decide who the villain is going to be, and then you can play up false leads and things like that, which kind of kills the climax, but it makes the journey more important. Because now they're not caring about the goal so much as all of the other misdirections that are happening in the middle. You can also do it so that here is a fun trick from a dungeon master and longtime storyteller. When the I have a crush on you too, Bam.
Called it.
So here's the deal. If you are doing a story and the characters go, I know the secret. I figured out the mystery, guys. I figured out the mystery. The king wasn't killed by his son. The king was killed by the maid who is actually his illegitimate daughter. And you're like, well, let's not talk about what could potentially be. That's a much better fucking idea. I was his son the whole time, but you know what? I haven't actually said anything. So you can totally rip your players off. Misdirect them into thinking they were wrong, and then later when you come back and they're like, oh, I guess it was the son. Wait, it's not the son? We had thought it was the son. Why, I was right. It was actually... They'll feel so smart. And honestly, that's the fun of this. It's a collaborative experience, and after the game you can be like, yeah, no, that was a way better idea than the one I had, so I went with it and it was so much better. You can tell them, or you can keep it secret, and then they can just feel like geniuses. It's fine.
Or your players call out your villain in the first episode, so then you make the other guy a dick on purpose to misdirect again.
Oh, yes. So any of you who are watching our Aberrant game. So we are running a superhero game on the Onyx Path. It is slowly going up on our YouTube right now. I don't want to spoil something, but I deliberately did a misdirect in it. It's a pretty self-contained story, and it's pretty obvious because I play into tropes a lot. Actually, we talked during our break, our post-game about tropes, and don't be afraid to lean into tropes as a DM. Tropes are there for a reason. As a player, please do your DM a favor. If they are leaning into a trope, do not be the type of player who calls out the trope. Just don't. It's one of those things where if your DM is like pulling a Xanatos Gambit. Xanatos Gambit is a trope where a villain puts you in a situation where no matter what happens, even if you win, they still win in some degree. Right? It's just the first trope that popped in my head. But don't call out the Xanatos Gambit. Don't be like, he's doing a Xanatos Gambit. For one, your character doesn't know what the hell that is. For two, good job. You remembered something from TV tropes. Like, that doesn't mean you're smarter than the DM. Like, that's not what the game should be about, is calling your DM on their technique. Tropes are there to make the game accessible, fun, and easy. Unfortunately, due to the fact that tabletop role-playing is largely a verbal and a mental medium, there are certain tropes that are available in fiction and in film and television that are not accessible. For example, if I have like a little twisty mustache, I'm probably a bad guy or a sneaky guy or a pervert or something like that, right? Like that's the shorthand that we have, like the visual shorthand in a movie. Or if I'm wearing all black with a black hat, I'm mysterious. Or, you know, things like that. Now you can describe those things, but like it's harder to do things like descriptions, music cues, and so on. There's a lot I could talk about with this, but basically, like, it's not stealing, it's borrowing and utilizing. That is absolutely correct, Itwitch. Red herrings are great and delicious. And then I think the last question that we had was from Anon, which was, hey, can we have rotating character sheets inside of the rotating window? I think it'd be too small to be visible, right? Because a lot of people are watching on their phones or on 780p like monitors and stuff. Like, see, I would have the D&D Beyond overlays, but they're really expensive. I own all the books in hard copy because I'm a millennial and I like books. Also, they're better to reference. To use some of the plugin extensions, you have to rebuy all the books, and I've already bought them once, and I'm very poor right now. So thank you very much for all those subs. I appreciate it. That goes to the channel, and paying off this fancy new computer. So I don't really have the disposable income to go and rebuy all of the books a second time, especially because I'm in Canada, so they cost an extra like 100%. Like, we bought the Rime of the Frostmaiden Roll20 module, which is 50 US, which is like 80 Canadian, something like that. Like that's a lot of money. So we don't have that those type of overlays here. We do have some stuff on our wiki, which you can reach at is it just !wiki? No, is it
Generic wiki?
I think it's generic wiki. Yeah. So that's for the generic fantasy setting, which is our homebrew setting, which not every character is up there, although Trezelta is basically the wiki mod and has been doing a fantastic job. I need to go and double check all of his stuff. The real Daves are the Steves we met along the way. This is true, Bam. I'm glad you've been watching, buddy. Thank you. Yeah. You know what I really miss? I like talking to the chat and being social with the chat and spending time with y'all. I really do. Like, I'm to be frank and to say some dirty words right now, I miss the fuck out of all of you. Sometimes Mike will come by to drop something off, or like I'll give them a piece of tech for a game or something, and we'll end up talking in the driveway for like an hour and a half.
The best.
At like social distance. Although we have 80% 5G coverage now, each of us, so we can now talk a little closer.
Yeah, we can.
What's super cool?
We are super cool.
Are we super cool?
Yeah.
It's okay. No, I keep seeing updates. I get emails every time you update it, Trez. So like it's there. But yeah, thank you. That was super cool. You know what? I love having you here. Like seriously, like I like building this community. If you're not already in the Discord, get in the damn Discord.
Join us.
Shinji, get in the Discord. And I'm happy to be supported by you, because seriously, you know what? Hey, I am going to make, you guys are so cool tonight. I'm feeling the love. I feel like I should make a minor announcement. Should I announce the thing that I've been working on that I just need to film, Christine? You know the thing. My side project for you. You say wait?
I say wait until you're done and you can just show it off. But that's me.
That's
fair.
I feel like you should wait, because otherwise you're gonna just load more pressure on yourself to get it done.
So I had something that was supposed to be going up on YouTube on the 1st, but unfortunately I got food poisoning, so I didn't want to film this while I was looking like a, just ass. So I do want to say that there is something very interesting going up on YouTube that is going to be something I might do regularly that is going to be kind of fun and might help some of you out. You might like it, and might be a new direction to take parts of the channel. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, go to youtube.com/dorktales and subscribe right now. And if you're watching later on YouTube, thanks for subbing. So yeah,
It's free. Do it.
it's free. Go do it, seriously, free. And then like play all the videos on loop forever.
Yeah.
Also,
Also,
when I go to work. It's what I do when I go to work.
Also, let me know that. Oh, thank you for the follow. Ooh, the last great Time Lord. Ooh.
See.
I know, right? Yes, that is absolutely the hardest part. Because I've got so many new games that are coming this summer when some of our other games end that I really want to talk about, but I want to make sure that I have the ads ready because they're gonna look so good. Oh yeah, like, comment, and it really does help. Even if you leave a shitty comment, like I'll just thankfully or like politely tell you that you're wrong. But honestly, most of our YouTube comments are really pleasant. They're really nice people.
Yeah.
Even ones where they're like notice like a rule discrepancy. They're usually nice people.
For the most part, yeah.
Right? Like I mean, like it can be occasionally like a little like bristly to be like, stop telling me I'm wrong. I'm running a game on the fly while doing tech and audio and DJing and acting.
But for the most part, it's all coming from a place of,
Yeah.
hey, I just wanted to make sure you knew, sort
It's
of thing,
true.
instead of making you go search through the book.
All right, folks, we are going to head back into game in about 2 minutes. I just wanted to say a couple of last things as we do that. First off, don't forget that if you like this, what we do
Nacro,
here.
you're wrong.
What's Nacro wrong about?
Popcorn's better without butter.
Gross.
oh,
It's healthier without butter, but
It's
it's
healthier,
healthier.
but
okay. So a couple things. We're going to head back into game in 2 minutes. Number one, if you like what we do here, feel free to give us a follow, give us a sub if you have disposable income and feel inclined. If you don't feel bad about it. We love you anyway. Give us a sub over on YouTube. That's free. But if you have like big $ bags of cash, don't forget that patreon.com/dorktales exists. You can become a patron and you'll get like shout outs at the end of videos, at the end of podcasts when I finally edit the damn things again. Sorry, I'm a little behind. We have one person who actually got to name a demonic lord that will be showing up in certain games soon. So that's fun. That's not fun for anybody but me, but it's fun. But you can do stuff like that. I gotta fix those tiers though, because some of them, like one of them, you get to create a brand new god that just shows up and flexes a bunch. And that's Machios' job. Nachios. Flexing. But yeah, everything you do here helps us. I would really like it if you came and watched some of our other games. Rime of the Frostmaiden has been, by and large, one of our biggest breakout game. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try other things. I encourage each one of you, if you love Dungeons and Dragons, try other role-playing games.
Come watch Reign of Memories.
Come watch Reign of Memories, which is so this is our lineup right now. I'm just going to tell you about it, then we're going to hop back into game. Monday nights is Rime of the Frostmaiden. I think we're going to go to probably around episode 40 to 45 with this. That kind of feels about right for this last run. So Candlekeep Mysteries is every Tuesday, and it is the Candlekeep Mystery Wizards of the Coast Dungeons and Dragons book. We use a rotating cast, rotating dungeon masters. The only thing that is constant is me, and my friend Wei is in almost every game as well. Who actually, some of you were at his fundraiser for Against Lupus the other night, where they raised $4,000 in one day against lupus, because that time it was lupus. So Candlekeep is great. All the episodes are on YouTube. You can come watch. Hayden was in a bunch of, was in a couple of them. Hayden's partner was in one of them, so you can, and it was funny as hell. So you can go see Alejandro.
So funny.
Go and play a ornithologist.
Boy needs to come back.
Yeah, we'll have him back for some. We'll have him maybe for Extra Life. We can get him back. Robin is in it. Do it. Robin's in a ton of stuff. And they're just really fun games. I guarantee you're gonna like my character tomorrow because I went somewhere weird with it, and I just bought 2 new wigs. I play a different character in almost every game, and they're all ridiculous. Wednesday night is our Shards of Nirn night. Shards of Nirn, formerly known as Generic Fantasy Setting, is a Dungeons & Dragons homebrew 5th ed game that's based on the improv principle that once something is introduced into a game, it becomes canonical so long as it doesn't contradict something in a way that cannot be reconciled. The Shards of Nirn is about to be, it's nearing the end of its 3rd season. And is probably going to 5 or 6 seasons. It's a great spanning epic, but you can jump in at any time because I got a recap at the beginning of every episode. The characters are great, and we have amazing art from our friend Hayliz that you get to come and see, and the characters are great. It's our oldest running game. It is actually been running since before the Twitch channel existed. So it's our Critical Role. So there you go. Basically, right? Like Shards is great. A lot of people have trouble going over to it because it is like 80 episodes in right now, but it's honestly really interesting to watch the channel grow if you can stand the audio difficulties in season 2.
I jumped in season 3. It's all I've been able to catch up pretty good.
Honestly, like you should go back and watch a couple of the other episodes because some of
I will.
It's kind of like watching Supernatural, like season 1 where only like 6 episodes are good. Like the first couple of seasons, I can give you the list of the must watches.
I was gonna say, okay, give me a list of the must watch, and I will.
Steep Hollow is the best.
Steep Hollow is great.
Any Farah episode is a good one.
Yeah.
Because then you get lots of lore drops because they adopted an elder dragon in the shape of a teenage girl. They're anime girl. They're anime dragon girl. Thursday nights is my night off. Sorry. Friday nights is another Dungeons & Dragons game. We run a lot of D&D right now called The Reign of Emeries, which is a homebrew set in the same world as Shards of Nirn, but in a techno-magic world reminiscent of Final Fantasy 6/3, depending on where you're from. And it is a fantastic game. It's really story-based and is probably going to run, I think it's probably like a 24-episode run. Like it's basically a full season of a TV show. It is going to get hella dark, so enjoy.
My character already gets traumatized every single episode apparently now too, so
please let Rain will have as many seasons as it needs to have to fulfill its plot. I don't think that it needs a 2nd season, and this is something I really want to encourage to all creators. Don't go longer than you need, period. There are other things you could be doing with your creative energies, and nobody wants to end up as season 8 of Scrubs.
Oh no, I'm watching Scrubs. It goes bad?
But no, Scrubs ends and then they do another season with a new cast.
Oh.
As in JD kind of becomes the Cox for a couple of episodes.
Oh.
And it's like a whole new cast and it's awful. So just don't watch season 8 or try to watch it, but it's a different show.
Oh.
Huh.
I'm at season 5 already. I started last week. Oops.
Yeah, the rest of the seasons are really good. Like season 7 is really solid. Have you seen the Brendan Fraser episode yet?
Yes, I have. I saw that a while ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saturdays are a mix of The Secret of Extra House, which is an eventually finishing investigative D&D game set in the same world, or is our game over on the Onyx Path, which is Aberrant. It's a 5-episode superhero RPG that is super mundane and boring and Canadian and also really dramatic and great. So you should watch it, especially if you are above the age of 18 because it is mature. And then finally, over on... Can't bring up from the... Oh, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bam. 4 episodes of JD, yeah. So then on Sundays is a rotating slot. It used to be our Werewolf the Forsaken game, and now it is Cyberpunk Red, which is our Cyberpunk game. It's really solid, actually. That's going to be 1 season for now, and then Amy is going to start running a game, so I don't have to do all the heavy lifting every other week. We'll alternate it like that. I also have new games that are going to be coming in soon that I really strongly suggest you check out. They're not just D&D games. We are starting a... between the time that Rime ends and the next Wizards of the Coast mod begins, I'm probably running Call of Cthulhu. Because Hayden's been bugging me for months, and it's true. And I'm just like, fine, bitch, I'll run Call of Cthulhu. Prepare, tentacles are coming. And then I'm running Deadlands when Cyberpunk ends. So Cowboys and Undead. It's going to be fun. Everybody's going to wear costumes and cowboy hats. We're going to sweat a lot.
I have a hat if people need that for that game. My Indiana Jones hat.
And then Thank you for that. I'm glad you enjoyed that cliffhanger. And Molson has your back. All right, so that is going to be it. I have other secret games that are coming, and we are going to run the Aliens RPG as well, which can be great. And there are a couple of other ones that I'm going to run. And of course, we are doing Extra Life, and we're doing Extra Life in August and November this year, so you should come and join us for that. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and there is a good chance we are in talks to run Dork X October edition. So we might be running 2 Dork X's a year, because people really like the panels we did. And honestly, we just get to do this for like 3 days straight, which I love. Because I don't shut up. Neither do any of you. Except for Mike, when they eat popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Ooh, okay. Let's...
1 hour later.
1 hour later. Oh, God. All right, so we're going to go till about 11 tonight. Oh.
Sounds good. I get to go. I don't have work super early tomorrow, so.
All right, let's get this done. Ready. There's always more Dork. More Dork X here. Elon Musk reference. I don't know. Apparently he did a thing. I don't know. I'm not current. I have a meme that I have to share to the rest of you in a bit, though. So go to the Discord. I'll share memes there. I'll share that really awful one. All right.
I sung it in my head. I started singing it in my head, and then I got to that part. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right, folks. Let us head back into Rime of the Frostmaiden. Everybody, take a drink. Let's do this.
Oh, my water's almost empty. Whoa.
Yeah, my water's empty because I ate popcorn.
This is true. Do you want to go fill that real quick?
I'm good.
Okay, so long as you're good. Okay, so we are going to head back into game. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching or clicking past this because I put time codes in. Nope, that's the wrong song. Here we go. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden, here on Dork Tales. You gather up your things. Before long, you and the kobolds and Velen are once again heading out across the waste, although this time to the far north. The route that you take is actually okay. Rolling low is actually good for change. You take the east way, up past the smoldering ruins of Caer Dineval and Caer Konig. Kelvin's cairn glitters in the sunlight to the west, and then you find yourselves heading ever northward, following the frozen river waters that feed into Loch Dinneshere, across the immense fields of frozen snow that bluster and blister and threaten to consume you. Even as the sun hangs high in the sky, even as Oral's chill has not once again set in, you find yourselves combating the elements. And yet, for once, luck is on your side. No random encounters. I know, I rolled really, really poorly for you guys. Or really well. By Velen's calculations, the trip should take you at least 3 days to reach the Ragged Glacier at the place found in her research. The entire ways, she's nervous. It's obvious. Her tremors have gotten worse. And you cannot help but notice that no matter how broad and empty the expanses of snow are, she cannot help but cast a glance over her shoulder every few minutes to make sure that you're not being followed. If questioned, she says bluntly, "If I'm here, then Avarice will probably be not far behind. Or perhaps other members of the Brotherhood. I wish to be swift with this." And so you do. Your dogs are enthusiastic and pull you. You slide over the tundra, over the fields of ice. And then, as you crest another ridge, you spot a dozen humanoids approaching. Their cloaks flapping in the wind that sweeps down from the eastern glacier. And that's the point you see it. The ragged glacier spans so very many miles. It expands. Wow, it consumes the horizon in front of you. This immense wall of ice that rises like a blue headstone. It's as far as your eyes can see, all the way down to where you know that Wormdoom Crag and Sky Tower Shelter are. They're the spine of the world. Legit, guys, if you check the map, the glacier is a minimum of 60 miles tall, and it goes off the map. This glacier is hella big. People still say hella?
I say hella.
It still has. It depends.
It's because I'm hella cool. That's why.
Yeah, beach.
Can I get a perception roll off of everyone? Or an insight roll? Your call.
I'll do insight.
I'll do perception with an 18.
18?
I'll do
19.
my perception insight are the same, so it's gonna be 12.
12? Sounds good.
I will pick insight with my nat 20.
Damn, okay. Those of you who rolled insight will see that these figures that are heading toward you are friendly. The man at the head of the group waves at you, kind of just giving you a nice peaceful wave, beckoning you toward them. They're vaguely in your path. Those of you who rolled perception are going to be able to see that it looks like they are members of the elk tribe. In fact, I believe that you had a run-in with Mejnir. If I'm not mistaken, led by Mejnir. Nope, you have not. Mejnir is not the king. Is he? Damn it, now I can't remember. There are a lot of names in this book, and the Ragged Tribes people are ones that I have neglected. Iskar, Tribe of the Tiger. Let me just double check this. Nope, you encountered Jorund Elkhart. That's who you worked with. And you warned him. So the man in front of you, the man in front of you is a typical member of the elk tribe, wearing the skins and horns of the elk. A long, kind of brassy blonde beard juts out of his not unattractive face. He kind of looks like a Skarsgård. Just any of them, really. And his face does, of course, have a couple of like long scars along the cheeks and eye line. He directs you over towards a rocky alcove where it looks like there's a bit of a windbreak. As you look at it, you will recognize those of you who rolled perception. The rocky alcove is not just rocky. It's a wide and sweeping swath of stone? Ice? No, it looks like shards of glass. In fact, as you are directed over, it's going to be story time. For buried there under the ice, you are going to see the outcropping that looks like that. One of them at least. As you approach, those of you who rolled perception, you rolled very high. You are going to see that buried in the ice and the core of each of those jagged outcroppings, which stand 60, 70 feet tall, blocking the wind's buffeting gale. Their cores are made of chardalin, or chardalian. The tribespeople gesture you over. Do you approach?
Yeah, don't see
Yeah.
why not.
Yeah. Vistra will kind of like do like the friendly wave back, like the innocent. Kind
Well
of,
met. Come, come. My name is Majnir. I saw you when you came to the king. It is good to meet you, officially in person. We owe you very much. I want to thank you for the message that you sent. Because of that, the tigers did not take from us what is ours. We were able
Glad
to
it
give
was
them.
received.
I am very glad it was received too, beautiful woman. I am a seer, and was gifted with a vision, which means that I am incredibly lucky, for now I have been gifted with a second one, he says, gesturing to you, Katerina.
She blushes.
Vistra will,
Yeah, you
lower
do.
Slightly.
This guy looks like, this is a Skarsgård. He's, you know what, this looks like the Skarsgård that was in Kong vs. Godzilla. I forget which Skarsgård that is. But he's dishy. Tigers with ice in their veins come to spill your blood upon the snow. They will do everything in their power to keep you from finding what the Frostmaiden has preserved under the ice. Me and my elk tribesfolk owe you for warning the king, for saving us and our young and our food in this time of suffering. The fate of the Dale seems to rest on your shoulders. If you would allow it, we will accompany you to make sure that the tribe of the tiger has a nasty surprise if they try to ambush you.
Well, folks, what do we think? Having some more friends might be nice.
I don't
Good
mind people
company.
coming along.
All the merrier, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Keep each other company, share stories, all that good stuff.
I would be happy to.
Some nice company might be nice.
Whatever you will find in there, you will use to fight the Frostmaiden.
Oh yeah, take the ice beach down.
Yeah.
That's the
Hopefully
plan
for
in
good
place.
this time.
Well, that is good. I did want to say though, be careful. There are many things underneath there that are. Just one moment. He's gonna wave another man forward. Someone named. Actually, wait, pardon me. So he's a druid, yeah. Named Hengar. Hengar approaches. He's a huge, massive tribesman. Scars covering every inch of him. This guy is like the Schwarzenegger of tribe people who comes over. Hengar's father came here long ago on an expedition to hunt elk and to search for other things to build with. Hengar, tell them what you saw. Well, what your father saw. Hengar furrows his brow, and you can see for a moment that he's having a bit of trouble finding the place of emotion to speak from. Long ago, 40 years ago, my father came here. He found a cleft in the ice. It led down, deep. His party, went inside. Inside, they found something. A thing. There's no word for it in our language, and I have no tongue for common. But it took the shapes. It took the shapes of the party. And one by one, murdered them. Consumed them. My father escaped. Another one escaped too. But they were separated in a blizzard. I never heard of the man again. But that was some time ago. Like I said, nearly 40 years. I do not know if this creature is inside still. But they said that they went deep into the caves and found that there were echoes of a glittering city. Remnants. And they found this. And he reaches into his pack and pulls something out for you. As he does, he is going to hand you... One moment, please. Where is my chart? There we go. Roll a d20. What item did they take back? Ooh, nice. He is going to pull out a piece of jewelry. It is a large, like do you know what a shield ring is? I think that's what they're called. So it's a shield ring that is almost the size of like a claw ring. That basically looks like it branches and covers like both center fingers. Made out of pure chardolin. Well, at least it looks like it. But it looks purer, stronger, and wrapped around it are what you will immediately recognize as ancient runes. Which, if anybody wants to make me an Arcana roll, you may. Or History, I would allow either. History.
I would love to make an Arcana roll.
Please.
Actually, I'm gonna pop out my Goblin Slayer dice. Have not been nice
There
to
we
me,
go,
so I'm gonna
Vistra.
pull out my Aviana dice and see if my bird lady will roll any better for me.
Atta girl, there's your natural one there.
Cat got 12.
That's a natural 20.
Okay,
So that's going to be 28 total.
You will immediately recognize that the runes basically are they're using the Draconic alphabet, but kind of it's hard to say an older version of Draconic. Did you say Vistra rolled something as well?
She rolled for history. I got an @1, so that's a 5.
Okay, sounds good. So it's a very old ring, and perhaps I should say I said him correctly there. That the runes are... It's Draconic, but kind of almost like italicized. Like it's like it's Draconic with like a linguistical twist. To
like stylized almost?
Yeah, it's like a stylized, right? It's kind of like, it's not the difference between like the Roman alphabet or the Phoenician alphabet and like Cyrillic. But it's like definitely like that's a font choice. But as you are reading, as you're skimming this, it doesn't make any damn sense because the phonetics are wrong. It's Draconic. But the alphabet, the words, are sort of a Proto-Elvish. It's like speaking English and spelling it out using katakana. That's literally the best way I can say. And with that Arcana check, you will immediately know that this is Loros, the tongue of the Netherese. I don't know what it does, but you're welcome to have it.
If you would allow me to take it and study it, I would love to. I think with enough time I could probably make out what this does.
It's all yours. We owe you very much. Be careful. The
Will be.
thing inside. Don't let it touch you. Don't let it touch your blood. And if it does, fire. Use fire. You must burn the corruption out. Can I get you to make me a perception roll as you're talking to him? Anybody who's looking at him can.
Yes. Okay. Damn, Obby dice are killing it tonight. Heckin', that's a perception. That's gonna be 25.
Dirty 20 for me.
27.
18.
Ooh, so as you are, thanks very much, Soul. You get exactly what I'm referencing here. I just basically recast with Schwarzenegger. As he looks at you, there's a haunted look in his eyes. If any of your party begins acting strangely, they could be infected. You could try to take them over. Fire will force it out. Fire will show you the truth. And as you're looking at him, the wind picks up and kind of gusts around the overarching embankment of Chardelin, and as it does, it pushes some of his clothing aside. And you will see that the skin of his throat and chest are covered with small burn scars that looks like they've been there since childhood. There's a haunted look in his eyes. And as he sees you looking, he was a good man, but he had to be sure that I wasn't one of them. Your mind starts to wander. That is a lot of man standing before you. How many times did his father take the torch to him? So you'll be careful, he says.
Yes.
Mejnir leans forward and we should probably get headed out. Make our way over there. I wish you luck. What you're doing is wonderful. You're heroes. I am sorry that I could not help you before now. Should you wish for... if there's anything I can do for you at all, please let me know. I will do my best. I am a druid of some small repute, not as much as you, Miss Thornhill. But I will do what I can. I've heard stories of you all. The awakened beast tells many stories of your kindness. The bear. Although I've heard that there's
She's lovely.
one that swims in the place known as Mare Dualden or Duladon. I have no...
Mary.
Is it Mary Duladon? I don't... We call it something else.
Oh no, that's her name.
You were
No,
right
that's
the
her
first time,
name.
but we call her Mary.
Yeah, her name is Mary.
I will remember that. If there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. But in the meanwhile, let's make our way over.
Mm-hmm.
The caves.
Yes.
Oh wait. And with that,
did the story say like it had like a form before it changed into, or is just it kind of
they didn't see it before it was too late.
too late?
And then he took them. It's not like a doppelganger. We've seen those before. There are doppelgangers everywhere. But this was not like that. It was, but it wasn't. Like, a dog is not a cow.
Yes.
But they both have 4 legs.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. No. It's all good. That's kind of what I was asking. But we'll keep on our guard.
Please. I appreciate. We should probably get going. Come. With that, you continue. Daylight is fading. In the last 3 hours, over toward the glacier in the distance are, well, pleasant. The sleds are moving fast, and the tribe is not against moving as well. Not moving with the same speed, at least. They're nothing if not, well, living up to their name of being the tribe of the elk. The Ragged Glacier rises hundreds of feet into the sky. The foot of the glacier is still half a mile away. Suddenly, you see nearly 24 figures burst out of the snow 60 feet away from you. Spaced roughly 10 feet apart, they begin advancing in a line. The Tiger Tribe has arrived. What you will see is, at the front of them, a tall, dark-skinned woman with a saber-toothed tiger stands and raises a spear in your direction. Bjornhild glares at you. There they are. Real attack! Form ranks! The elk turn and look at you as they mush alongside of you. We can block them for you if you want to go.
You're certain?
We are not as alone as you think we might be. You've made a lot of friends. He'll wink at you and reach up to his mouth and go... And, can I get a perception? Actually, you know what? Vistra, you're going to succeed automatically for this.
Yes.
The sky is cloudy overhead. Quite cloudy. Cloudy enough to obscure the form of several griffins riding through the cloud cover. And the scarred face of a familiar Goliath leading a small battalion, a small squadron, I think is probably the correct word to use, of griffins. Well, the Tiger Tribe was not expecting that. Good luck. We'll meet you on the other side. One way or the other.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want?
Best of luck to you.
Do you want to let the? Are you gonna let them just block for you?
Yep.
We're
Perfect.
trusting them.
Perfect.
He offered.
Sounds good. As you're going to be able to mush past, you will see that the Elk Tribe is going to immediately clash with them. Oh, damn. Hengar is freaking amazing. Sorry, I just want to I'm going to read this out to you so you can hear what's happening in this battle. Let's see. Characters who refuse to let the Elk Tribe fight this battle without them. Whatever. Let's see. You can forego making attack rolls for... Yeah, obviously. Hengar kills an additional Tiger Tribe warrior on each of his turns. Period.
Wait, can you read
kinda
that? You froze.
Oh, did I freeze? Am I back?
Yeah.
So, Hengar kills an additional Tiger Tribe warrior on each of his turns. This dude is a tank. I'm glad I gave him the Schwarzenegger
Dang.
voice. Mejnir stays out of melee and keeps using Produce Flame to hurl fire at people.
Nice.
And then we've got Goliaths in the sky, so that is going to be freaking great. So that clashes because, you know what? Also, I do want to say, because you fucked the tiger tribe over, they are actually in weaker numbers than they would have been originally. Ding!
Yay!
Because they haven't eaten very well, and the elk tribe actually has tons of, yeah.
Originally, they kind of lose.
You guys did a bunch of good stuff, though, so they're actually going to win, because I like to rewarding my players for being good people.
Yay! We helped.
Until I take it away. The battle is joined. Spear, flame, axe, bow, arrows litter the sky. Javelins descend from the clouds. A griffin, then two, collides with the saber-toothed tiger, wings shattering under the claws, but my god, the beaks are fast. And what is a griffin if not part great cat? Right? Isn't that what griffins... Are these winged?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they have,
lion and eagle.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I froze for a second mentally. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I getting my myth confused? No, I'm not. All right.
No, you're good.
And as much as the saber-toothed tiger tries, the griffins strip its flesh, and you can see it fall beneath a spray of blood, and one of the griffins greedily swallows down the tiger's eye. The thrill of the fight. Sorry. The joke was there. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
That was beautiful.
Proud of you.
Ragnar, you son of a bitch. Okay. And someone, Uglok the Girthy, just asked Quiz who has the best hair. I don't know. You tell me.
Of like the NPCs?
Of the NPCs or the cast? I think probably Vistra or Mike. But they're all really nice. Trick question. That's the correct answer. All right. As you push through, you will find yourself directly in front of this immense wall. In front of you. In front of you is an immense glistening wall of blue ice that stands almost impenetrably before you. But then, you notice, and Valen points, a patch of lightly colored ice that bisects the wall at one point. Well, nearly, almost all the way to the top. It looks like at one point that might have been a waterfall, but has since frozen up. There! Pull the poem out.
Alright.
Do you want me to resend it?
No, I have it on my... There it is. I had it saved. Okay. I will pull open the poem.
All right. Lysithian, if you would do the honors, my friend.
Alright. I'm to just read it out loud?
With all of your heart and soul, you hear her say, as the battle rages behind you in the distance.
Okay. We bow to she who wears the crown. Let the world shiver with dread. Clad in winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. Her fury sheds but frozen tears, as grey clouds issue forth. Her wind across the wasteland shears, bringing blizzards from the north. Ice-kissed flowers caught mid-bloom, beauty caught in all its grace. Summer's gone to its silent tomb, stilling in her cold embrace. All the world in winter's white, sheathed in sleet and ice. Set upon never-ending night, she conjures paradise. Behold her everlasting rime, see how it covers all. Weep not for those she traps in time, behind her glacial wall. Sovereign of summer's lost, general of winter's war. Long live the queen of cold and frost, may she reign forevermore.
As you say that last line, as the last words of the poem are spoken, a rumbling comes deep within the glacier. The noise reaches a crescendo as the great wall of ice snaps, cracks, and parts before you. And through the crack, you see an opening that leads inside of the glacier. The way is open, and it kind of looks like this.
More magic bullshit.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and for those of you who cannot see what I have on screen right now, an immense wall of ice splits and opens in front of you, about 17 feet wide. It stretches up a good 30 feet, this cleft that reaches inside of the glacier and proceeds down, down, down. Do you head down inside?
I'm going to cast light in my hand and look at the others.
Vistra will take out her
Onward and downward.
battle axe and get prepping.
Onward and downward.
Let's go.
Cat will cast light on her sword and draw it.
Callie's not gonna bother casting Dark Vision at this point.
Well, best of luck. Here's to ancient secrets. And with that, you head down into the caves. The caves of hunger await. And we'll find out what
Can I
happens
say-
down. Oh,
That Callie pulls her scimitar and does the shoulder charge forward.
all right. And with that, you draw your blades, your weapons, and head quickly inside of the cave, the sounds of battle raging behind you. What awaits you? We'll find out next time on Rime of the Frostmaiden, episode 30. All right, guys, we did it. You guys made it to the Caves of Hunger. You did it.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
what a good session.
Oh,
What a
Did you
good session. This
you
was
have fun
so
with that?
fun.
I'm
so
glad.
fun.
Like, I am dying of tiredness, but that was a lot of fun.
I'm
I know.
glad.
I'm
like,
super tired,
I was
but
starting
super
to fade. But oh my god, so good, so good. We got to do the rhyme. It was excellent.
that was cool.
Oh, just the visual of like the wall just like parting. It's tasty. That's really tasty.
I am
tasty.
thank you so much, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Arthard. Thank you, Stormshanks. Thanks everybody who's been saying like lovely things. Thanks, Anon Lone Ranger and Anon Lone Ranger's girlfriend. Thank you so much for all of the love here, and Uglok the Girthy. Yeah. It's Girthy. And General Atri, Bongmaster, everybody. Ultra Rage Beast, of course. Thank you very much for those subs as well. That really is appreciated. And folks, thank you so much for tuning in. It was great to have you here. We hope you. Pardon me. We hope you come back tomorrow night for Candlekeep Mysteries, which is going to be a lot of fun. That is going to be ran by Amy, so you get a taste test of what happens at our Salt Marsh game coming up. Oh, and I get to play with Christine for a change, so that's great. And I've been working on my costume for a while, which I will show the cast in secret, but I think you'll like it. If I get the...
You'll actually get to see my real hair for a change, because I'm not wearing a wig.
It's pretty lovely. So if you are not if you're not following us, give us a follow. If you're not subbing and you have the means, we'll take it. And if you're not subbing on YouTube, what the hell? It's free. Sub. Come on. Also, I'd love it if you gave a follow to each one of us here, all the players here. You can find, go ahead and start popping yourselves in the chat, guys. Go give a follow to Second Gen Gamer, Captain Starbun, and Lady Liliana, and Hayden Daviau as well, because why not? And join our Discord, because, hey, it's great to, be on our Discord. Also, there are some other great streams in the chat. The one that jumps to head currently is our good friends over at Art Hard Studios. They do Weed D&D, which is a cannabis-friendly podcast. Podcast. It's a D&D game, but it's, it's an actual play like ours. Go and follow them. They're, Bam is a fantastic DM, and I really love our relationship because I get super jealous of some of the things that he does and the way that he opens. He's a consummate professional and performer, and I love having peers that encourage me to do better. I love friendly competition. It's so good. Go watch them. They're great. And don't forget our MySpace page. Yeah. Thanks, Tom. And then you can find all of our links are located. We have a Twitter. We have all that. You can find all of our stuff like just on the Dork Tales page. Like it's right over there. We have a Twitter. I think it's Dork Tales, Dork_Tales. It's weird how much we've had to fight for Dork Tales stuff.
On Twitter, I think it's Dork_Tales.
I think it's yeah, because someone already had Dork Tales, right? It's just
so.
guy love. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
No,
So
you two are adorable. It's ridiculous.
I can't wait till we get. Oh, I'm actually running the game. We don't get to play together. I get a run for him if he's available though. That was gonna be a lot of
Oh
fun.
my god, we need to get you two in a game together though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it'd be fun. It'd be good.
Like, no. Oh, you two and Alejandro.
And Alejandro, and I kind of want Night Tide as well in that game.
It would just be an
just be
absolute
brofest.
ridiculous game.
I want that for me.
It would just be, you guys would just be RPing. You'd never go anywhere. Nothing
We
would
wouldn't.
happen, but you just RP the shit out of it. It'd be ridiculous.
I think that'd be fun.
Absolutely fantastic.
So you don't need to really have a DM. You just need more of the improv person to like once in a while throw an NPC and
Just kind of like the party getting together and be like, yeah, so I think we go this way. Oh, does that guy have anything on him? Just a short sword, not that useful. They're running it kind of consensually, I guess. All at the same time.
So, so thank you so much for tuning in. I think that it is always a good time to be here with you, and we love you very much. So thank you for being part of our team and for supporting us and for coming and watching, because it was great having like 60 of you here all night, which was great. I love watching that number go up.
Good
Because
turnout, y'all.
right, we're really it's good. It's gonna be good. Full improv game. Yeah, that's like we never do that. Nah. So that's gonna be it for us tonight. Have a great night. We will see you at our next game. Stay cool, everyone. Stay frosty. Bye.